работает. Go! I'm covering!
Пацаны, я заряжаю!
It's a fucking ambush!
Shit, I'm hit!
I see the enemy.
Where the fuck are you? I can't have any rounds left now!
Shit, it's trash.
Эй, дедусь! Слепался!
Just let it pass and you won't die! Drop your weapons and give up! Do it now!
Эй, слепался! Завали!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to day 3 of the first official HPL Euro League. Welcome to more entertainment for today after some absolute madness yesterday. I am extremely excited to be joined yet again by our co-caster for this evening, Mr. Blue. Ladies and gentlemen, looking a little less yellow than yesterday. Let's welcome him back. Blue, how are we doing?
Doing great, Mr. Cracked. How you doing?
Dude, real good, man. Actually, looking forward to today. But before we get into all that amazing information, we're going to have a little talk about our sponsor. And I believe they've actually got a little something to show us to lead into today. So before we get into our waffle, let's have a look at what they've stacked up in the background for breakfast. Pretty fire, Mr. Blue. Pretty fire, if I do say so myself. And I mean, folks, if you guys at home are looking to get the most out of your gameplay, Gigabyte have launched a new Gigabyte Aorus 27-inch, 360Hz gaming monitor, which you can check out by using the exclamation mark Gigabyte command, which we've been all familiar with in the first 2 days, today in the chat, and clicking the link. That's going to get you guys out there to have a look at that fantastic monitor that Gigabyte have now got on display for you to be able to up your performance and get the next level experience you're looking for in your gaming. Now, on from the amazing products and into the amazing performances we're going to be seeing today on board and some of the amazing performances we saw yesterday, Blue. What were your highlights? Let's start with that.
Highlights. Whew. Definitely Tokyo Boy. Tokyo Boy's Nates. I had nightmares about them. Just taking out villages for no reason. I mean, Tokyo and Team Lennox performed exceptionally well. And, you know, Sicario also surprised me, too. I mean, I knew they were good, but I didn't realize how good they were. I mean, they are units.
Yeah, absolutely. We did see some particularly aggressive performances out of our returning season teams yesterday, and we're going to see some more explosivity again today from the matches we're going to be looking at going into this afternoon. Now, before we talk about the specific matches from today, we are going to have a quick nosy at the table and the standings now that we've seen every single one of our teams play once over. So everybody's had a chance to win or lose now. We've got a clear separation between the top 4 teams in the table that all have a victory and the bottom 4 teams in the table that don't have a victory. There's been no draws as of yet, so it's a clear spacing. And to say that it would have been unexpected would be disrespectful to the season teams and overly optimistic to those that were, you know, first time round having a go at the league. With it being the first official HPL league, technically everybody's a newbie, shall we say? Technically, it's everybody's rookie split and so on and so forth.
Last guy's
But
only been out a month, so you know they are kind of new, somewhat. Everyone's new.
that's it. That's absolutely it. And you know, it's going to be exciting to see how that comes about. But yeah, no, if we get a chance to have a look at the table, we'll let you know how the teams have stacked up. But today's matches specifically, we've got XPA coming up into Sicario first off. And then we're going to be seeing Ledex going up against Vaptim. And then we've actually got on screen there for you guys as well. For those of you that have been absolutely loving the fact that we are here daily, back to back, tomorrow's action. Blue, who are we going to be seeing tomorrow?
Tomorrow is going to be good old ITB Shuffle versus Panderic, and then we're going to have the friendly guys versus Not a DreamHack. Both should be absolute bangers.
Yeah, they 100% are going to be bangers. You're really right there, and I think it's going to help us see these now that we've got this quite spread layout of the guys on the table, where with 4 teams that have won and 4 teams that have lost. The next couple of days are going to show us how the lay of the land is going to end up after we have had the, shall we say, closer competitions within the head-to-heads. Today we're going to see Sicario and XP Academy, which, I mean, that is arguably going to be one of what you would, if this was a knockout stage competition, one of the the 2 competitors you could argue would be in the final 2 positions fighting it out for the big kahunas. Would you not agree there, Blue?
Agreed. I mean, I believe XP Academy won the first. They won the first LAN tournament, right, for Arena, and then Sicario is just playing fantastic. I mean, both of these teams are just incredibly strong on an individual level, strategical level, the coordination. They're both very well seasoned teams and very well prepared, it seems.
Yeah, that's it. And again, like you mentioned, XPA have been strong in performance in everything they've turned up to, from the most recent Arena Cup Series tournament that they did, where they didn't necessarily take on the victory in that tournament, but they did place. I think they would have wound up 3rd or 4th if we had a 3rd and 4th playoff match placement for that tournament there. But it was Paravision that ended up taking on the Arena Series Cup, who we don't see here in the league. But again, Sicario are no slouch. Sicario yesterday stomped their way through the first bowl match of the day that we saw. We saw Skybridge actually being the most contested from all of our newcoming teams. Actually, it posed the most challenge for our seasoned teams to be able to as confidently play through, which I find interesting because Blast Gang has added a new version of Bowl and a new version of Bay 5, right? It's not standard Bowl, standard Bay 5. They play very differently in this Blast Gang scenario. So one could argue that all 3 maps are as new.
I think that's a fair statement. I mean, they have the same basic layout, but when you look at Bay 5, I mean, the flow of it is completely different. Like, when you walk out of the spawns, it's the same, and then the rest of the map is different. Because you have a lot of parts were cut off, and then it's also the only map that has a middle area that you can rotate through. So Bay 5 actually plays out way different than Skybridge and Bowl.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree. And speaking of how we are going to be playing, it's going to depend on the map that we do end up coming to. Speaking of maps, we are looking at the first map for XP Academy and Sicario is going to be Bowl. That was the choice by XP Academy, so maybe favour themselves on the Bowl map, which leaves Sicario choosing to start on the defense side. So Sicario looking to put themselves in the position which we said that we probably prefer. If you are confident in your defense, getting that lead and going into the attacking side of things, having an advantage is a way better position to be in than having to claw back a deficit as the attacking side. But we did then have a conversation about people going from strength to strength through being good at attacking plays, seeing tempo, pace, and domination coming out the attacking sides being extremely strong. So, that's going to toss into the mix. And then map 2, Sicario's got Bay 5, which gives XPA the chance to start on the defensive side for that one.
It's interesting that it seems in all these map picks, Cracked, all the teams that are not the team picking, but the team choosing the side, it seems everyone's picked defense, from what I could tell. I wonder, I'm thinking maybe they think that most of these maps are defense-sided because it seems strategical now that I think it's 8 matches. Everyone's chosen defense first.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, a good nod to that. Another one we're going to see that's going to, I mean, explain itself out as we see it play out. A little note to those of you guys at home that are familiar with the rosters. XPA normally a lineup stouted by Bakizi, followed with Kakao, Codex, Dates, and Stranger Ping. But today we have got a sub coming in. Big D, my friend, is coming in to play instead of Kakao. So, you know, whichever reasoning that it is that puts Kakao out of the play, we'll all be sad to see him missed today because we all know we love a big Kakao 1v4, which he's more than capable of. So we'll see how Big D, my friend, fares up against the competition today. We'll see if his Big D turns into small PP energy or massive PP energy throughout the tournament. You never know. Find out if the sub strength is a ringer or a wet paper towel. But more on that later on. Sicario will be running the same lineup as they normally do. Nemenas, Lucky, Felix, Kiyoshima, Zaki. The substitute on the bench is Entast, and their coach is Bass. Well, I mean, I could take this to you straight away, Blue, right? Talk to me about Nemo.
Oof. Nemenos is absolutely disgusting. I think of a lot of the players I've watched, he's probably in my top 5 strongest in every category. From fragging, positioning, strategical rotations, his default positioning. I mean, we saw on Bay 5 where he had, I believe it was 3 different angles people were coming from, and he just popped all of them within 5 seconds. You know, I think his individual prowess is S plus tier. I mean, I would say he's probably one of the best players in the league.
It's an interesting one that
Monster.
we don't see either of these teams, the experienced teams again. They made the point about Skybridge. No Skybridge. Boyle, Bay
Interesting.
5, quick, both pacey maps, both. Okay, talk to me because you're more map knowledge than I am in this sense, right? Grenade lineups. Although the maps are different, the grenade lineups do owe to team fight, right? Especially the bowl grenade lineups. There's a very similar mentality and positioning as to where you are to get the same effective grenade. I mean, Generator is something that does share a common placement between the 2 bowl maps, the team fight map and the blast gang map. And that grenade that comes down the lane over the top of tent, medical tent, is it's very much the same. So maybe that's where the comfort comes from these teams. They're used to playing those maps, and the grenade lines are more recognizable. Maybe.
I think it definitely comes down to the preparation. Skybridge being the new map is the most questionable for these teams. You know, no one's really established what the right strategy is, what's the strongest defensive or offensive position. There's really nothing set in stone. Where Bay 5 and Bowl, the maps were modified, but they, as you said, like the core grenade lineups really haven't fundamentally changed. And they're both open maps where Skybridge is closed in. So Skybridge's nades are a little bit different. They're a little bit more cheekier, and you have bouncing nades off walls, off ceilings, or like the common one where they throw from jungle off the wall into the hole.
Yes.
I mean, you like Skybridge has those kind of nades, where Bowl and Bay 5 have this big open airburst style. You know, there's lots of nades coming from every different direction, and I think the utility is really going to control the way these maps are played out, and that's probably why I think they didn't pick Skybridge but Bowl and Bay 5, because the nades are so strong right now on attacking and even on defense that you can really control the flow of the map just with the utility that you get from the start for free.
Absolutely agree with you there. The grenade's going to be one of the biggest parts of what plays into this today. Utility has become king. And it's become the king entertainer too, right?
Oh, man. You're making me think of our clip from yesterday, the 2 dancers.
It was so... Was it Jump by Atomic Kittens, is it? Was it? I don't know. Is it one of those old ones out there? But it was great.
I've never seen that. 2 guys jumping at one nade in panic.
It was unbelievable. But this is the thing, folks. If you didn't get a chance to tune in and catch yesterday's action, thankfully, ourselves here at the Hunt Premier, partnered up with Battlestate Games and Gigabyte Aorus, have managed to get you some VODs or some clips. Go check out in the background in a spare moment after the broadcast today, or, you know, maybe in one of the intervals. See what happened, because we're not going to spoil that action for you. It was that good, you're just going to have to go see it for yourselves. Simple as that.
Yep.
Now, I am looking toward XPA to set the pace of this one, I think, Blue.
You think? I don't want to disagree, Crack, but I think either team could set the pace here. And the reason I say that is because we know how strong XPA is, and we saw how strong Sicario was in the Blast Gang yesterday. So I mean, both teams have a very good tempo and pacing and strategy prepared. So I think this is going to be more of a battle of the Titans today. There's going to be, the battle of the wits and the preparation. I don't think it's going to be closer to the games yesterday where you have these very well seasoned, prepared teams versus newer teams that are still figuring out the ropes. You're going to have these two Titans that know everything in and out, have probably perfected every nade lineup, know all the strategies, all the rotations, all the angles, all the peaks, and they both have the chance to set the pace of the game. It's really, I can't pick a favorite here. I really can't.
Really can't pick a favorite. Well, I don't know about favorite, but I think the decision making comes down to momentum.
Right.
XPA momentum based, and I think if they get the lead off the foot to begin with, I think we'll see a very strong XPA attacking side, and then Sicario are going to have a lot to do in the attacking swap over. So, I mean, it's all on XPA's hands, really. I think. Here we
Let's
are on
see if
board
it
with Big D, my friend. This is the new sub, by the way, Blue.
Oh yeah, big, and he's replacing Cacao.
That's
today.
it, spot on.
Cacao.
Yeah, maybe we're going to get a Kakar, Tuki, depending on how we push up here. A little bit of a
It's
jump
really
work.
interesting that there's no opening nades. I noticed that in this European league that it seems like the nades are much more responsive. It seems like in NA there's a lot more aggressive nades where people are using specifically on attack on bull. They're using the two nades to create space onto A and then pushing hard onto site. In the European and Russian gameplay, it seems much more methodical, slower, strategical.
Oh, here we go. And it begins. Stranger Ping with Stranger Things doesn't quite get the generator grenade. Good lineup and really, really perfect with the placement, but unfortunately there's no person there to pick the potato. Lucky finds that ace in the corner. Ooh, it's got all going down. Jules over the generator now as it got hot in the corner. Big D, my friend, is hugging that A point. Has one on challenges.
kill
Felix
on
is going to
Lucky.
make him go down. Yeah, great job from Felix. That pace going down. Not much action at the moment. Ooh.
Kodak picking up those two. I mean, I think the defense had such a good position. Nice pickup on Kiyoshima by Big D. Big D planting the bomb, playing on the site, holding a close angle so he could watch curtain or spawn if needed. You got one flanking and then one still in spawn trying to put pressure. Fake Easy taking out that. Oh, wow, and he swings him for free, Furlex. Kodak should be able to pick. Oh,
Oh, he
the
misses
timing,
the...
Furlex takes him out.
No way. Just because he's in scope, he doesn't quite get to see the barrel underneath his elbows, and it becomes the undoing of him. Felix is going to make himself onto the bomb, get the attempt of deactivation.
Whoa!
Base shows off! Stranger Ping gets rinsed! Felix
Really
in the
excellent
1v1.
try from Furlex. Oh my
He's
goodness.
got to swing him. He's not going to get the defuse, but what a play from Felix to be able to clean them all out. Sicario did the work as best they could, but just weren't quick enough. And again, as you were mentioning earlier, Blue, the pace to get that bomb planted ends up paying dividends.
Wow.
Close the window.
Yeah, I mean, I think what's really interesting is how Sicario kind of it seemed like they gave up space, but they had a really good hold still, where Lucky picked up that opening frag, and I think Lucky dying a little early is what cost them that round. Because Lucky, if Lucky picked up another kill, I think Sicario wins that round.
Yeah, and poor Stranger Ping got absolutely
Four pushing turns. An aggressive, oh wow. They just got slammed with the aggressive defense push, oh my goodness.
Big D, the substitute, comes in with a 2-for-1, backed up by Codex. Felix takes Big D back out, puts him back on the bench for a moment as that ace. The XPA have won the round already. It's over. It is just done. Interesting, we see a 60-round magazine on the table now for the swap out. Keezy with a mag of 995 on him at the moment. Oh, and it looks like I think we are actually potentially going to be getting a restart, guys. We did see Kiyoshima still alive at the end of that last round there, and it converted out, which makes me think that we've had a disconnect. Only 4 or 5 members died for the round to end. Did think it was a little bit quick. Blue, you may have fallen prey to a hashtag blame Philbo problem. We call this the unmute issue. This
Oh,
is a
no.
rookie error. He was preying. He was going to fall prey to it at some point, chat. That's it. Blue is officially initiated as a caster, and hashtag blame Philbos will fall.
Blame Philbo. Agreed.
He's not even at work today, folks. It's his day off.
There's never a day off for Philbo. You know, I think your prediction cracked is coming true. I mean, we see XPA already taking control of the map and setting the pacing. Sicario has a good defensive. I really actually like the defensive push by Sicario there. Four of them push through curtains, and the reason they did that is because in terms of timing, you can get out the curtain before the attacking team actually gets there. You're like just maybe a second or two before, so you actually have the opportunity to swing into them as they're rotating in. But at the same time, it's a hyper aggressive 50-50 cracked. I mean, you have 4 players hoping to just take gunfights out in the open. I mean, there's no real defensive position. It's just you're running out and shooting. You know, so I think it's a good play, but I wouldn't do it again if I was them.
A question I would ask of you is this, and I've seen a lot of the teams that push the back end of that helicopter towards the A point very aggressively will sit one player in that pocket behind the point, right up against the wall, where we see normally a defensive player holding from behind the wall that has to rotate all the way around to the headshot box to come through what I believe is short towards the helicopter from there. That audio pocket that player sits in as an attacking team when the bomb goes down on that point seems to be very pivotal. If a team gets a player in there safely and then they lock in and fight out of there, they hunker down and fight out of that 50-50 quite aggressively, it seems to be in success of the team attacking. But if they don't have that anchor placement, it removes a lot of the knowledge. And I wonder if it's because of how much audio is being gained from that arc, essentially, almost off the A point, because it's only generator you're not going to hear from there, right?
I mean, I think if you're on site, you probably could hear generator, you could hear tower lane, you could hear mid lane, and as you pointed out, you could hear the B rotate coming from either B plat or the B lane. So
Yeah.
from that position, I mean, you actually almost might hear onto B site itself. So from that pocket that you're talking about, you probably hear 60% of the essential part of the map. I know that's a rough estimate, but I
But
mean,
that's the point I'm making.
substantial amount of information from one player. And we saw Big D. He went on the point first round, got the bomb down, and then he played in that pocket. And you saw a player on Sicario rotating through that B lane, just as you said. And I'm sure he called. That was actually Furlex who ended up picking up 4. But I mean, obviously they knew he was there. But I don't think XPA was expecting Furlex to go so crazy. But I digress. Point is,
Yeah.
there's an insane amount of audio, like you said, that you can hear from one spot.
It seems a lot. And as we're talking about advantages that you can gain as a team from different positioning on the maps, especially when we were talking about what action we saw yesterday with grenades, how Lennox's Tokyo Boy was being able to be almost ferried from 4 different positions and grenade lineups to the correct
Right.
one by an audio cue from a team member that said, "Yep, Postman's knocking on door number 6, please. Can I have my grenader over here?" Duty calls. And you just see names come up on the top right-hand side of your screen. I mean, for Christ's sake, we got so distracted yesterday that even the cameramen were left with their hands in the air going, how are we meant to catch all of this? As Tokyo Boy threw a 1 for 3 as we were watching the gunfight of centuries go down on the round generator. So, it's all well thoroughly planned in advance. And it really is a two-sided coin flip when it comes to arena in attack and defense now. And I love how this is deciding games is question 1, is your team prepared enough as the attacker to be aggressive enough to force the other team to have to do something about it? The answer to that in the first half of the game, if you're defending first, is your team prepared enough that you are able to react and adapt to how aggressively you're getting slammed on the front door by the attacking team to gain an advantage from defending first? And then flip, right, for the second half of the game. That's literally the deciding factor right now is, has your team prepared good, adaptable, multiple approaches to being able to get the bomb planted and how you're going to defend it?
Yeah.
And have you faced multiple difficult challenges where teams have approached it in a different way? Have you faced a 2-man flank? Have you faced a slow play? Have you faced a fast play? Have you faced somebody faking planting the bomb and then running away to a different corner of the map? Have you faced a team of 5 people that all stand in spawn. Maybe not quite that wild, but you get the gist. Something just so out of pocket that it throws you off guard, and you get a plant off for free.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the preparation, like you said, because this new mode, Blast Gang is very, very utility dependent. You know, teamfight tactics, you had the nades that were on the map, but they were in a location that either team could contest and pick them up. But the nades weren't nearly as impactful in the sense of they weren't consistently there. There was RNG, you know, and the lineups weren't as, I don't want to say they weren't as easy, but they didn't make as much sense. We're on when you're on attacking, for example, and have 2 nades that you can use, the ability to create space and put pressure, as you said, all you need is one footstep and someone that knows how to throw the nades. And as we saw, they pre-nated generator, XPA pre-nated generator that first round. But they didn't have any info. If they heard one footstep, Lucky, or I'm sorry, whoever was trying to nade Lucky, more than likely would have killed him behind the box in tower lane.
Yeah, because I mean, he's only what 5 or 6 meters further back at that point. He's only distances an extra grenade length, shall we say, in throw distance away from that actually being a convert kill, because it goes off on top of generator.
Yep. And his preparation, to your point about preparation, Lucky was in a position, knowing that generator is a common spot to be naded, he pulled back to the tower headshot spot, and he was also angled. If you saw, he wasn't peeking directly, he was like at a very off angle towards the site. So his positioning would make it so that if a nade comes, the chances of him getting airbursted or killed by the nade are much, much less, because his body is actually positioned behind the wall. So if he was more aggressive and peeking straight down towards generator lane, he might have actually died to the nade. So again, it all comes down to the preparation, knowing that he could die to that nade. He could hold sight from there and yet avoid common attacker nades.
Absolutely. Given some of the spare time we had yesterday after the tournament matches, after the league matches yesterday, we were fortunate enough to bump into Walker and have a conversation about these grenades and how they work out. And I mean, without sort of shaking the sugar over the teapot too much, we'll say that the pitch that was given was there are going to be matches today that we will see a much less consistent conversion rate on how these common grenades are thrown than we did for the less seasoned teams yesterday. And the reason I say that is this: those guys are getting used to the league. You know, they're not used to playing against these teams that have thrown these grenades day in, day out for months, like we said, in preparation for this and other tournaments before. They will very quickly get used to how to play around those grenades and evolve their own strategies too. What we are going to see is the next stage of that development in a match like XPA and Sicario, where you mentioned there was a lot of grenades that were not thrown off the start in the Euro League so far. In where maybe an NA scene, you definitely would see a lot more aggressive nades thrown off at the start to try and get an advantage, creating space in some of the lanes or covering off a point, as you absolutely, rightly made the shout out towards. These guys holding them back. I know the conversation in the back of a lot of people's heads are, we still need one, either utility or lethal grenade, if we don't get the initial defense right, so we have a chance to create some space with a retake. I don't think we've successfully been able to double retake yet, right?
I don't think so. I mean, Furlex did a damn good job almost winning that round, though. I mean, I think he needed 4 more seconds, because when he killed the last one, he had like 3 seconds left. But he was the closest we've seen to actually winning a retake. Now, what's interesting about Bull, though, is I'm curious to see if there's going to be teams who actually use the lineups from B to protect A. So you can actually do lineups from B plat, or from on site that can actually nade directly onto A site. So the way that you see Sicario playing defensively, if they take that strategy and then combine it with giving the B player the nade, like you're saying, and calling, okay, Lucky says, XP is on site now. And then the B player can, huck that grenade, and they never even have to peek them, and they can hold the site. So, the utility usage is going to evolve. I think Blast Gang's utility is really going to be the deciding factor. How well these teams know their nades, know their lineups, and use the audio to then punish either defensively or offensively. I think that's going to be a huge, huge factor. And we saw it yesterday with Team Ledex. They were getting 1 to 2 kills every round almost. Tokyo with them nukes, and like you said, his teammates would give him the info. He'd just pull out the pin and, take him out.
Yeah, I feel
I mean, it was all audio though.
Tokyo Boy maybe have logged onto his PC and opened up Steam and started playing Helldivers with the way he was calling in the orbital bombardments yesterday instead of Arena. We're not going to lie, but yeah, no, you're not wrong. I think, well, we'll ask the question, all right? And I'm curious. I'll tell you what, chat. Let's get involved as well. How many grenades do you think for an attacking side and a defensive side is suitable? Because I see there being a difference. I see the attacking sides tend to go for at least 2 lethals, 1 or 2 lethals, a total of normally 3 or 4 grenades, 2 lethal, 2 flash, 1 lethal, 3 flash, various combinations. Very rarely multiple lethals more than 2. But, you know, very grenade heavy on the attacking side, and rightly so. You're trying to be the motivator, you're the playmaker, you're trying to create that space. Defensive
Yeah.
side, we see normally maybe 1 lethal and a couple of flashes, sometimes even as little as just 2 flash or even 1 lethal, 1 flash. What do you reckon, Blue? What's the premium combination?
Well, on defense, your team is going to have access to 1 flashbang and 1 grenade, and then on attacking, the side will have 2 grenades and 2 flashes. Personally, I think the utility shouldn't be in the spawn. I think the magic number is 0 because right now, as we see, the nades are so incredibly impactful, which is fine, but I think inherently having access to it, it really, like, I truly believe the utility is going to determine the way this league proceeds. You know, this isn't going to be about the gunfights. It's going to be about how well the grenades are placed, how well the grenades are used on retakes, and how well flashbangs are used to either blind someone or to take space.
I will pitch one thing for you.
Sure.
The Arena Cup Series match-winning round was decided by a 1v5 reverse ace. By a gentleman who they were up rounds. They could have afforded to lose that round, and they had a negative position. I mean, it was being capped by 3 members of the opposite side was the point. This was still team fight at this point, so it's not Blast Gang, so... But the point was up for capture, so there was still a point to be contested, and he had to essentially retake, but he fought his way out of a 1v5 and absolutely clapped heads for 25 grand. I just feel like, I will say that although the utility is playing a big part in some of these opening rounds, and as Walker attested to very strongly, some of these more seasoned teams, you will see a lot less ground gained from these grenade trade-offs because they'll be used to them, they'll know how to play around them, offset timings, different pushes, maybe not
Very
even
true.
contesting one side, for example. And I expect that we're going to see that sort of level as we move throughout the league. I do feel the gunplay in this game is always going to end up being decisive because of the fact that it only takes 1 bullet to headshot somebody. Caveat, butcher class. You bucket Adoras at home, or throw your buckets at me from chat. But, you know, realistically, totally on the dot, headshots are king. Okay? 1, maybe a couple. Yeah? So...
The headshots are king, but the thing is, correct, is I can't disagree, but I can't agree. I'm in this weird place, bro, because I mean, all I've seen, I guess we can only base it on what we've seen, and what I've seen so far is the utility cracked is out of control right now. So I really hope you're right that people really understand how to play around it and defensively are able to kind of negate the impact of those nades, because right now I think it's incredibly detrimental if you don't know every nade lineup, you know.
You heard it here first, folks. Blues petitioning for Partisan to take a little bit of a detour through the arena scenery and steal all our utility and take it back to Tarkov base game, I guess. But that's fine. That's why
Put it in
we
the
all
middle of
play
the
the game
map, you
differently.
know?
That is unique. That's what we're all about. We're gonna go back into the game for you guys there, and sorry about the delay in getting us back up, but thanks for hanging out with us. Waffle over, waction on. It seems like we have had a little bit of a disconnect though from our friend Kiyoshima, so Entas has stepped up to take his place, and ladies and gentlemen at home, this is why we have benches, so that we can fill the game if we need to. Entas stepping up to the plate as we wish Kiyoshima a speedy return. On board, XPA is 2-0 up and Blue.
Yes, sir.
Is this a golden apple?
I mean, it's them and us, so I'm gonna have to say Nemo. He's gonna find it.
That wasn't his grenade out. So we've got Bakizi
Do
holding one, Stranger Ping holding one. There are 3 grenades being held right now. 3.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Oh, and they all go off. Here comes
See,
the hell of
Lucky's
fire.
still
Now this
playing
one's
that-
late. Oh no. Oh
great
my
nade!
god!
I'm telling you, Crack, these nades are crazy. Oh, big.
Great shot as well. There wasn't been much of his head showing. Hey, that too might be good, but it's ooh, it's all on Nemo. Oh, great shots.
Really great positioning right now. It's interesting that even with the bomb down, they took a forward position and started pushing to take space.
And they get
Oh,
the
the bomb
deactivation
had
as
been
well. Yep,
planted.
Sicario. Yeah, the bomb had gotten down, but Sicario managing to
Oh.
put the aggression on and getting the deactivation. So even though all of that went down, Sicario actually gets the conversion on the defense. What a great play from Pressure. And I'm going to be honest with you, Blue. Nemo, playing out of that generator spot, absolutely focal, my friend. The aggression was about to come underneath med tents. He backed that off after the grenade and put him at a disadvantage. It just, yeah, great play all around from Nemo. What a bomb. What a bomb. Wait, was that 3 or 4? Yeah, okay.
We
Unreal.
have found Nemo. And you know, that's exactly what we were talking about, Cracked. He was waiting, got the audio cue from either his own audio or his teammate, and then threw the nade. That's why he was, oh, nice. But
Oh, quick aggressive push.
again.
Stranger Ping, though.
They got slammed the first time. I don't know why they would try that again. It's a good idea, but when you get punished so hard the first time, it's so, you know, especially doing it only 2 rounds after. You know, we saw that on round 2 and now on round 4.
You want to be ready for this, Blue, because that ace is also good. Yeah, oh. Down he goes. Do you know what? The difference there in the peaks gives that ace such an advantage. It's almost impossible for Entas to win that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, when you lose your entire defensive side on A within 15 seconds of the round, I mean, it's basically over. You know, even if you're the best player in the world, to rotate from B and kill 5 players who are all not peeking you and then defuse the bomb, it's almost impossible.
And for those of you at home that have not woken up thoroughly ready for this, I suggest you lock in, because this is going to be an explosive match. These 2 teams have been putting it out in tournaments for a while now. All right, so this is about as seasoned as it's going to get. So if you're going to see madness go off in seconds, and it has been, both rounds so far have been waiting for these grenades, as if the grenade is like the bullet from the gun at the start line to a sprint, because it just goes off. And here we go.
There's the audio cue
Nemo.
with the nade.
See, the
Ooh, but he
positioning's
missed
better
the
this
nade,
time.
actually.
That's it.
I'm surprised he threw it to the right of generator and not back and more left, because the right's position could actually have a lot of practice. Oh, this is a straight kill. Nemo actually getting needed by Stranger. Lucky just chilling in this little headshot corner. Oh, and he eats the headshot.
Wow, there's that ace is.
With the nade. I'm telling you, Crack, the nades are cracked.
Look, he doesn't quite get as lucky as
kill.
previously on the first end. Tas gets a huge kill on Bakizi. Absolutely right here as now Sicario in a 2v1, and it's all on Stranger Ping to do stranger things to be able to deactivate. He's not deactivating, actually, never mind, he's defending, actually.
And great positioning from Sicario. They had a crossfire, they weren't peeking, they had the bomb down on site. Excellent play. And Lucky's split glass actually really, I'm pretty sure he tanked a headshot there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I was just about to say, I'm pretty sure he's very lucky, because that dome nugget was, I mean, he'd be looking for fool's gold, honestly, because I guarantee inside of one of those fool's gold packets, he'd be the lucky sod that gets a real gold piece. That was unreal. I cannot believe that they fell right to it. And then on top of that, let's talk about the pace, Blue. I got that distracted by how quickly Sicario are pushing up to try and suffocate this point that I thought they were attacking. This XPA are attacking, folks. Let's look at XPA on the attacking side, and Sicario are nearly drafting them out of these. Oh, this is a good push. I like this on the side, though. Getting abused. One goes down, two down.
Sicario are playing this just right. They have the positioning. They got 2 opening picks. No need to over-aggress here. No need to give anything up. This is basically a free round if they play it right. It's so incredibly difficult for this attacking team to take over this position. I mean, look at the crossfires going. You have 1 on site, 1 at generator, 1 at climb up box. And the lad on B is also looking. Oh, taking out the flank though. Furlek's getting taken out.
We said that's the play right now. If you're really struggling to get onto this point and it is being over suffocated, then we know we have 1 at the back of the helicopter. You would swing numbers to the back of that helicopter, try and open the rotation to the other cap. Zaki gets a good shot onto Codex.
Nemo and Stranger playing peekaboo.
A couple of teams of peekaboo.
Wow. Absolutely great positioning and timing by Nemo. I mean, this is what I'm saying. Nemo's individual skill level is just outrageous. Right there, most players, I think, would have swung earlier, knowing that the player on attack was positioning himself to swing into him. But Nemo just patiently played it, and as soon as the enemy started running, then he swung into him and killed him. I mean, fantastic, fantastic play.
This is the good reaction from Sicario as well, because where XPA are bringing some aggression, Sicario are bringing very balanced aggression. You remember those old Asian wooden puzzles, Blue? Those 2D ones where you slid the blocks, and as you moved one, it would give way for the other one to move 1 slot, and another one to move 1 slot, and so on and so forth. That's how I feel like the Sicario lineup is playing. Like, one person's getting a pick, and their piece is slotting forward a little bit to allow somebody else's to slot and get a pick and get another one. Woo!
Woo! Furlek's popping off. We didn't catch the first one, but man, Furlek's on this HK kid is crazy. His ability to pick up quick frags, and I've noticed with Furlek's, he actually is able to pick up 2 people very, very consistently. So if he gets double swung, he usually actually picks up both.
Wow.
Which is very rare.
We're really
Zaki
holding
playing...
this grenade again.
Yep. Lucky actually changing his positioning, moving up from generator headshot to actual generator. And it actually came from them. Oh, they knew where Nemo was, but he dodges it. Ace taking over Gen. Lucky pushing back, going to the climb up. Great pick onto Ace. Nemo now pushing up. That's his aggression. They're trying to take space. Sicario's not letting XP take any space. Fantastic defense.
Oh, the jump shots over the top. Oh no.
This is the kind of defense you want to see, Crack. They are peaking. They're taking fantastic job from Sicario, bringing it back from, I think we were what, 3-0. Now we're back to 3-4 or 4-3 Sicario.
I honestly feel like it's almost impossible to get underneath med tents at the moment as the XPA side. I mean, it's like watching an exaggerated game of whack-a-mole with weapons, bro. You've got Sicario members bouncing up and down over the top of generator, jumping off of the stairs, and just firing shots off en masse. So much that corridor must just be filled with a volume of bullets. I mean, you're hesitant in taking 2 steps forward for losing an armor leg, a couple of heavy bleeds, and possibly your sanity.
And you saw the hesitancy. I mean, the way that they were putting like that pressure. They weren't over-aggressive, but they were putting that pressure that stopped XPA in their tracks. We saw them pause under Medbridge, and they just couldn't do anything.
That's a good nade from that Ace, as that gives him space enough to get across to the ramp, but then choosing to stay low, does not realize he's got enough room to push up here and cause some real damage. Actually, this could be a big upset if somebody weaves the way in deep here. Holding more of a B play this time as Sicario.
And Sicario's really, really playing back. And I think this is part of that preparation we were talking about, where Sicario's aware of the common nade spots, and they keep rotating the default position.
I guarantee you're right.
In that lane.
Yeah, Nemo's on that nade in the back right now. Look at him. He's looking up in the air. They're just waiting for the common gen. Here comes the nade. Not quite effective. That Ace really's got a good read on this nade now.
Great job from Nemo. Big D picking up Nemo. Big D picking up Furlex.
Easy falls him. And Stranger Ping falls him as well. We're getting to the point now where XPA have turned it on its head. Now tables, turn tables. Stranger Ping might turn the tables again if he shoots his boss in the head. Gets the call out. Zaki less alive.
You know, this is exactly what we were talking about, Crack. The player on B rotating in. You know, it's almost impossible for him to win that. You have to isolate 4 gunfights. Yep. You have to find their positioning. You have to kill them. and hope you have enough time to defuse. I mean, it's just great job from XPA to pick up that last round.
That's
And
it.
what's
And now we're
interesting is
switching
how
sides.
What's interesting is how Sicario was actually giving up pretty much control of A. Because
Yep.
we saw Big D, my friend, was on A site with his Big D, you know, pretty much every round. He never really got contested or pushed out of it, which is kind of interesting. You know, I think they're allowing them to take space for maybe false confidence. And then we saw how Nemo was trying to push back up to Gen to take that space. But one of the risks with that playstyle, correct, is you're giving up the bomb site. So if they get the bomb down, you know, like you need to stop the bomb from getting planted. Because if the bomb gets planted when you like, it's pretty much over.
So for those of
shouldn't
you
say
at
it's
home that are
over.
not so familiar with the closer matches within Arena, this is now going to be a first to 9-round victory match. But if we get to the point in the game where we are 8 rounds and 8 rounds, it will be first to 2 clear match round victory. So if we were going to 10 and 8, that would be a victory, so on and so forth. They need 2 more than the other team to be able to secure the win. As we're looking at a 4 and 4 lineup at the moment, this is going to now
Great
all be in
play by
Sicario's
Sicario.
hands.
It was a
Ooh.
great crossfire, taking B, expecting that A is normally the default deficient.
The presence of mind of the bomb player to crouch underneath the shot over the box there is really smart. Nemo defends off the right-hand side towards the helicopter as it's now left on the textbook and Big Easy to be able to defend this out. Textbook good at closing the rounds, but is he going to be able to come up clutch in the 1v4, 2v4 in this point?
See,
Big Easy's out on his own.
Nemo's got the other guy trapped on A site, so Codex is...
Codex isn't,
You know,
unfortunately, and there's Furlex to finish the round up. He wraps that one up nice and clean.
And that was a great read by Sicario. Most teams, you'll see, they're usually having 3 and usually 4 players stacked on the A side. And Sicario read it, and first round they go B, and they basically got onto site for free, and the one poor lad who was on site got crossfired by one on top of apartments and one going into Fs. Really, really fantastic read.
That lovely little play in S as well with the crouch underneath the bullet supplier was great to see and great to watch on players. Just do, don't mind me, just wandering along under here with the bomb. Nothing to look and see here, just a casual player. Speaking of casual, wouldn't be anything
Big
other than
Easy
if we
saying
weren't
no
Big
more
Easy.
B. I'm going B now.
Filthy casuals
Big D
covering the
getting
B
taken
point.
out. Big Easy gonna need to summon the Big D energy because he's alone on B.
Somebody put a big dent in his ego now. Not the Big D he was looking for. Speaking of looking. Zaki.
Big Easy.
Oh!
Dude. Fantastic play. That was actually so smart by Bake Easy. The patience to not shoot initially.
Yep.
And see both heads. It just boop, boop. I mean,
Target choice.
there's a reason
timing.
he's got the cookbook. He's a
Yeah,
cook.
exactly. He is a chef. Le chef. Le Bakizi.
Le Bake Easy.
Ah, brilliant.
Быстрее! Время для тупника кончилось!
Okay. Felix has found a wall.
Burlex fighting demons.
Literal demons at this point.
What a great double peek. Ace and Big Easy. Oh my. What a great double peek. The reason they were doing that right there, folks, is they had 2 players on top of each other holding the same angle. So that if that player swings out, it's pretty much impossible for him to kill both of them. Where on the other side, it's pretty much a guaranteed kill as long as both the players are on point. Bake Easy, what a smart play though. But absolutely fantastic. I mean, having the prowess and the ability to not shoot. I mean, it's so hard to hold in that temptation to not shoot and to not pop off.
Absolutely right. And we spoke about Lucky yesterday, and we're going to speak about him again today. 10 and 5.
10 and wow. And Eminos 9 and 6.
Yep.
Look at this, Crack. I don't know how I didn't notice this. 5-5. What an we called it, man. This is
It's going to
the
be tight.
battle of the Titans.
Yep, absolutely. And this is going to be round for round. Every single map that we see both of these teams contest on, and we're going to see exactly the same when ITB and LEDX come up against each other too. That's going to be another firehouse of a game, absolute powerhouse, and one you are not going to want to miss in the first ever HPL Euro League that is going on. Guys, there's going to be tons of matchups to watch out for after this, but the one we're on at the moment is we're just looking for artillery strikes, and is Nemo going to pull another one out of the bag? Yes, he is.
Nice.
Codex, he takes the textbook and rewrites one of his own. There goes
Nemo
Codex.
with a smart pre-firing that spawn headshot box. Oh, there's so many headshot boxes. You have headshot, you have gen headshot, spawn headshot.
Wow. And now we all know where the headshot family live. It's on ball, ladies and gentlemen.
Время на исходе.
God, that looks so cool. I wish I killed someone. Lucky with a great hit. Oh my God, what great positioning by Lucky. He
Wow.
took Fake Easy's move, had a cheeky little side lean. Actually, great play. I don't think I would have been able to anticipate that.
Sicario had the plan. Big D, my friend, is being big shuffled away from the point. He's got Bikizi to support him here. They're going to have to go too strong. They're going to have double challenge. Nemo gets the better of Bikizi.
Crack,
Of course he
how do you
does.
take this back? Look at this. You got 5 players holding angles on you. How do you win that?
You don't. Unfortunately, you don't. Unless
You don't.
the Sicario lineup throws themselves at you one by one in semi-positive angles for yourself, you don't. You just don't.
Теперь следующий раунд. 5, 4, 3, 2,
6-5 Sicario. And they're attacking, which we said was always going to be the harder one to be able to pull an advantage from Blue. So I'm going to assume that given the state of play, we are seeing Sicario prefer to attack. Bearing in mind they did go even on the attacking side themselves to begin with. So, I mean, realistically, if Sicario can put another round on the board here, this is going to give them an advantage, okay? This is going to give them that 2-game gap that they're going to need to be able to challenge for the map confidently, rather than leaving it down to a 2-game decider in a basically a golden extra game, I guess. More grenades coming out.
And it's so close and so competitive that whoever wins this first game is really going to have an advantage for the next one. I think the momentum doesn't affect these seasoned teams as much as less experienced teams, but it's still a very big deal when these games are close and you end up taking the victory. It's really a big mental boon.
Yeah, it's great to see everybody's been really practicing these grenade lineups and been able to actually challenge them either way. Whoa!
Great pickup. And we're back to 6-6, Cracked.
Yeah,
This is such a good game. Oh my goodness.
I thought Sicario were actually going to be able to leverage the advantage with that. The opener looked good, the setup looked good as well, but then all of a sudden, just, like, half of the XPA lineup clicked mouse button 1, and half of the Sicario lineup clicked, you know, they're back to the lobby key.
Sicario, you were saying at the beginning of the last round, whoever picked up that round, Sicario really needed that 7th round, because now it's... you know, I
6 and
think
6, you
Sicarios
force
playing...
yourself to have to win every round now, basically. You're in that mentality where to win the map without going to a deciding 2 gap, you have to go 8 and 6. So you're already there, basically. You're already at that decider of 8 and 8, right? Unless you can close the game here and now.
You can lose one more round, so it could end up 9-7. So
that's it.
Whoever picks up this next round, I can't even say that it's going to swing the momentum. I mean, we see these teams. Sicario takes 1 round, then XBA takes 1, then Sicario takes 2, then XBA take 2. I mean, both teams just adapting so well to each other's playstyles. And this is what you were talking about with preparation, Crack. These teams are so well prepared. They know everything the other team is doing. They're responding to it. They're moving their positioning. And that's why there's this back and forth between the teams. I mean, they're both doing a fantastic job of playing around the other's strategies.
It's reading each other like a book, isn't it? It's like, okay, so we know this team confidently plays A, then they like to swap up to B, then they like to play one short, then they like to throw grenades late, then they like to push onto a point aggressively. It's like you scrimmed against these teams, of course you're going to know some of the playbooks, but to see it play out literally to the point where they are trading round to round just shows you the skill matchup too. Zaki gets that ace on one. Big D, my friend, actually converts. Wow, Makizi on
He gets the
Nemo,
bomb
Entas
down.
to Big D.
Yeah, he gets the bomb down, but unfortunately gets traded immediately by Entas.
Codex hits Zaki.
3-2. So this peek that Stranger Ping is doing, he's actually on A site on the medical catwalk, holding the boxes where people... Exactly, he killed the planner right there. And why would he try and plan? His teammate just stopped. Lucky! That was not unlucky, that was crazy!
So what happened there, even though it looked like Stranger Ping got that kill, Blue, actually, Lucky team killed on the point, which will have taken that information away because he's died to teammate. He's probably told him, oh, I died to you, and not realized that he's still got eyes on the point there. So Stranger Ping actually getting one of the stranger things we've seen happen. Fortunate there. Almost stealth hidden by a team kill from the opposite side.
That was... You know, Lucky has not really made any errors from what I've seen, but that was crazy. I mean, to see your teammate die, just run and take a spot.
Yep.
Lucky actually picking up Codex saying, I'm getting my vengeance. Lucky gets taken out by Ace. Ping, oh my goodness.
Makizi bombs.
Big easy bombs coming in hot. Nice pickup on the flank. Big D getting taken out. Bomb is down in a horrible position for the attacking side. Sicario's basically going to have to expose themselves out in the open to pick up that bomb. And if XPA puts one on site and keeps this...
Who's on line of sight, though? Because Zaki has that bomb. There's not a single person actually holding that bomb right now from the XPA lineup. What a robbery. Again, Blue, 2 days in a row, we've seen a robbery. There's a heist and he's off. Ladies and gentlemen, they're off to the races. Zaki and all of this Sicario lineup are actually heavily rotating. B around the top of the helicopter. Watch them go.
And Bake Easy's ready. Bake Easy used his gigantic brain to read the play.
Oh
He expected
my God.
the rotation.
Meet. Faster than me, because he says he's already tucked up in the corner. SJ6 be damned. I'm already here. Question is he good for two? He's going to read Zaki before he gets into position. There's no way.
He's gonna do it the sixth time.
There's one set.
He did it again.
And he does.
He's so sneaky, dude. He's a
And that's
sneaky
it.
little snake.
That's it. They've got the
Match
gap.
point.
They've officially made the 2 gap point, and it is going into match point, like you said, 8-6. XPA. They put the foot on the gas at the right time when we thought the momentum was in Sicario's hands. Bakizi slamming it home for his team. Captain's rights, captain's command. Man cast his rights of litany and says, "This is my house. Get out of it."
I am the one with the cookbook, okay? I am the chef. Bake Easy, you know, such a good read, and you could see the experience. I mean, the patience to just sit there and the guy's not even looking at him, just not shoot. I want him to shoot. Nice nade from Nemo.
Wow.
Traded back by Bake Easy.
Here's the second though.
Really loving this crouch peek.
Oh, Zaki almost takes the head off the top of him
Zaki
there.
trying to jump back. Ooh, Ace picking up on Lucky. Ace picking up way too many. Oh, wow. GG's.
And that's all
What a
she wrote.
fantastic retake. I mean, that was a little goofy.
What a ridiculous game, Blue. I mean, that's it. That is bold, done and dusted. XPA 9-6. What an amazing first map from XPA Sicario. Good lord. And we've more of this to come, Blue. 9-6. GG XPA.
GG's. Oh,
And
I
there
almost
you
did it
go.
again.
Yeah, he's almost on the trigger twice in a row, chat. At least the one thing you can say is Blue's ready to react. He is on
I'm
point
responding.
today. Blue, talk to me then, because I believe we've got a little bit something going on with our sponsor, Gigabyte, when regards to that little clip that we just saw. Actually, I think that was a little bit of a taste of, is it the monitor that we can get our hands on today?
You wouldn't happen to be talking about the 27-inch, 300 billion hertz monitor, would you?
I think you might be right. I think Gigabyte might have launched their own Gigabyte Aorus 27-inch, 360 hertz gaming monitor that you can all check out in chat by using !Gigabyte to go and have a look at the link. Get yourselves in there, and that was the monitor just featured in the little play-by as we've swung out of the first game and into our little discussion about how great some of the preparation has been. We're gonna. I think today is gonna be named Prep Day. We've had some gunplay. We've had grenades being gods or gods dropping grenades. I don't know how you want to put yesterday's, but uh, then we've got today where every team has come with some absolute audacity. I love the swing from Sicario. It didn't convert because Bakizi's just got the biggest D on the map, apparently, even though his teammate's name's bigger than what that says. He's just there. He's there waiting like a burglar inside of the jewel shop, waiting for the manager to lock the door and leave for the day. He's like already been in since breakfast time, pitched up having his cup of coffee, and then in rolls our Sicario lineup going, oh, free B point, guys. We big brained the rotation. We 5-headed it. Well, guess what? Bakizi's 6-head in the back of his cookbook, writing down the notes for his next essay. Good lord.
Fantastic reads. I mean, I think it was twice Bake Easy was in a position on B and saw the attackers push up onto the site, but he had the prowess and the patience to wait for the opportunity to actually capture both kills. And I think that's where the skill and the skill expression in these experienced teams really shows. I think a more amateur player would have more than likely shot either of those times way too early. I mean, Bake Easy literally lets the guy's dome, he lets him look at the ground, checks out his scalp, and then takes him out. I mean, he's like the guy living inside the wall. He's just waiting there.
You almost hate to think if he's got like a little, you remember one of those like holiday cameras you take on holiday with you snap and it prints the picture out immediately for you. It's like, okay, we'll put the AK on the back, say cheese. Okay, I'll take your teammate out and then I'll get you as well. And I've got a little picture to remember it by for afterwards. Puts it in the back pocket and sort of toddles off towards the point to defuse the bomb. It's great. No, it's really good. And, like I said, the agency from Sicario was great to see. XPA, I think, clutched it out, really. I think in the 3 rounds that it mattered, XPA, as we said, took the momentum. Bakizi had to be ahead of the play. XPA had to be able to temper that Sicario reaction. And they did. They really did really, really well, actually. I think they weathered the storm phenomenally. And I think that a Bakizi-backed team that has all of the minds centered as one unit is definitely a force to be reckoned with, as we've seen many a time before. So, match 2, Bay 5. Are you a gambling man, Blue?
It depends. Am I guaranteed to win? Because if so, I'll gamble.
Well, let's have a divil and let's see what's quacking when it comes to XPA Sicario. Firstly, who do you think Bay 5 suits more of the 2 lineups?
It's hard to say because both teams were adapting so well that, Bay 5 is going to have a lot of opening nades. There's going to be grenades going onto forklifts. If you're from the defender side, there's a very powerful forklift nade. You can nade parkour. You can nade middle. And on the attacking side, there are good nades, but Bay 5's nades aren't as scary, I would say, as some of the other maps. Like Bull's openness compared to Bay 5. Bay 5 does have nade lineups, but they're much more challenging. So I think whoever is going to come out strong with the momentum is probably going to have the advantage here. And I know that sounds obvious, but what I mean is both teams were responding to each other so well that I think whoever could get a leg up initially, specifically on attacking, like if they're attacking and the other defensive team doesn't adapt quickly, I think that attacking team is going to take the game. And speaking of attacking and defending, who's attacking defending here?
I think it was the opposite to what we've just had there. So looking at that one, we had XPA coming in and choosing with Sicario then defending, meaning Sicario will have chosen this Bay 5 map and XPA will be on the defensive side for our Bay 5. And yes, that is spot on correct. So Sicario chose the map, Bay 5. So theoretically, this is Sicario's home court. So XPA took the map that they decided. Sicario showed a very strong approach to being able to play their off map, shall we say. Sicario now has to stomp home a pretty strong opener to Bay 5 because I think XPA have shown that their pace and aggression is definitely here to play today, which suits a Bay 5 environment. Interesting to see that we have had a couple of quick rounds and a couple of slower ones. Blue?
Oh, amateur mistake. I was muted. I was yapping. Sorry. I'm sorry. What was the question?
We've had a lot of quick rounds. We've had a couple of slower ones. We did see a couple of lines of scrimmage just then. Interesting to see because the pace has been very good, but lines of scrimmage as from the tournaments as well as this, lines of scrimmage leads to chaos. Very quick chaos, like on the spot, everybody's fighting and there's no real actual control to what's going on, which has led to upset. So I don't know if the slower rounds are playing to anybody's favor.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, on attack, it's just you're. The more time you take, the more the defensive side has an advantage, right? You have 2 minutes to plant the bomb, so the less time you have to take fights, rotate, actually take control, take rounds, and then plant the bomb. You know, I'm not a big fan of this super slow play because, as we saw, you know, Sicario came out on attack, and they were kind of slow to start. And very quickly, I think it was by the third or fourth round, XPA had them figured out completely, and then they ended up taking, I think, 4 of the next 5 rounds. And so that's why I think if there was a little bit quicker pace, you put more pressure onto the other team to have to adapt better. When you're very slow and methodical, I mean, they just got to figure out your default and then counter it. And that's exactly what XPA did.
Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. You know what this is, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody at home, let's jump for the toilet aid. It's worth it! Conversion! You've got to be kidding me! Felix went home and did his homework. It's no longer a shitter, it's great. It's unbelievable.
Oh, and he dances the shots away. Oh, man. Billie Jean surviving. Holy goodness.
Oh, man.
Big dance shoes, my friend. Oh, my God. He just Irish tap danced his way to victory.
I don't think Felix is, that's it. I don't think Felix is even interested about being in the rest of this round. He did his job. He has converted. The homework was confirmed, and it's just brilliant. Zaki's holding point in the 2v4 now as he's going to get challenged by all 4 members, and it is unfortunately not as good as Codex in there with a strong one on Zaki.
Oh, man.
Last alive is a rat in the trap as all 4 members swarm and Codex completes. Nemo, well, is found. Found and put to bed.
Fantastic. Big D, my friend, on that alley. The fact that he didn't get picked and then picked off one after.
Yep.
I mean, it basically gave him the rounds. You know, they let them plant, sure, but they had 4 members and 3 grouped up, cleared alley together, and they were crossfiring and just, you know, we saw how the player that was holding alley got overwhelmed. I think it was Zaki. He got swung from the right by Bake Easy, went to back up, and there was already a player close left.
Yeah, I'm not sure if swung or driven through is probably more accurate with how hard the force was to hit him, but I agree with you in that one there.
I do like the faster play, though. We saw there, they naded, they took sight. You know, that's exactly what we were talking about. It's interesting that they kind of swapped up from this slow... Oh, no, never mind. Hit the pause button.
Everybody stand still for a minute.
Do it. Do it.
Hey, chat, everybody at home on 3, he's behind you. We will not be belittled by bated breath as Bikizi holds a bomb, battling the temptation to blast one of his enemies into the oblivion.
Such patience. Really interesting positioning by Sicario. They basically don't have A or B control. They're just sitting in mid.
And he really is holding on to this long. So that many patience, he'd have to convert this man to a doctor soon.
Gonna have 3 players rotating past Tetris towards A main. 1 player is pushing around alley, it looks like. 1's pushing on site, 2 pushing onto site.
He's in a great place for information. He's told him what's coming, but I don't know what else that's going to be able to do to help him because 4 people are running at you, bro. You're 1v4. As helpful as that is, it doesn't really help in the fight. Oof.
Ooh,
Bombs
Ace
down.
still lurking on the back, though. Picks up one and gets traded out immediately. Lucky. Codex. Codex and Bake Easy. Oh, Lucky's about to kill both, I think. Nice kill from Lucky.
Yeah,
Playing the super well. He's not giving anything, you know? He takes the free kill. Oh, and then he swings and gets killed. Very greedy play. He really shouldn't have swung again, but I guess he was feeling his oats.
I mean, yeah, you would in that point in time. You kind of almost expect him to swing here. His Codex is going to get found out on the right. If he's not careful. Oh, he's just better. Codex is disgusting for a second. Now he's got Nemo, who seems to be the final boss of the Sicario lineup. On fire at the moment as well. He's going to be Nemo, he's going to be Codex. Swings the book. Book's not quite good enough.
Great play from Nemo.
Ooh,
Nemo just needed
and
to
he
not
can't.
die.
Yeah, perfect. You're absolutely right. The timing is just too. I actually thought he was going to stick it. I almost wish Codex had stuck it because he was 3 seconds. I don't know if he gets round in time.
7 kills in 2 rounds. That's crazy. He's cooking. Chef Codex. And you know, what's interesting there, correct, is we were talking about this slow, methodical play. But I really like how Sicario, once they turned on the Jets, I mean, they took over that A site in about 5 to 10 seconds. All 5 members pushed up and took control. So I think maybe we are starting to see a little bit more aggression from Sicario, and I think they need it.
We said this in both games, though. Tempered aggression, proven strong. Tempered, not over-aggression. Can get the better of him.
See, leaving the bomb down at Ace doing a great job not dying there.
He's struggling, though. He's under a lot of pressure here. He manages to fly out of the corner. He gets 1. He gets support. Lucky gets 2.
Great trade. But then Lucky picks up both. Ace did a really great job there of surviving. He stayed alive for long, but unfortunately couldn't pick up both.
I'm not going to lie to you, actually. I think that Ace is almost a bit... You've got to feel a bit robbed because he really should not have had as much agency as he did in that corner there. He was given a lot more breathing room than he needed to have. That Ace doing a great job on converting on it, though. You know, it's not taking anything away from the skill. Putting the body down is only half the job. Wow.
Sicario really adapting to how XBA is playing. You know, we see the experience picking up, and they're taking up the 2nd round for Sicario. Sicario's doing a great job, I think, of reading XBA's defense and playing around it. They baited A, they put pressure, they got a pick, and then they rotated across the map. And what's weird is they dropped the bomb in the middle of the map, so you know you could hear that thing beeping across the entire thing. I wonder if there's a specific reason for it.
And I can't believe I'm about to say this out loud, right? But here's a proposal for you. I just had a thought. Blast Gang Bay 5, biggest, widest map of Blast Gang maps. Whereas Bay 5 is one of the smaller maps in Teamfight. This is actually genuinely really wide thinking about it now. And the Sicario playstyle of rotating from point to point and going a bit off tempo and pulling a wrong one once in a while actually kind of suits a wider map playstyle. So you can see why this is definitely Sicario favorite here.
And they're really using that middle ground. You know, this is the only map of the 3 that are in Blast Gang right now that has a middle, and it just opens up all these kind of rotations and strategies for the attacking side.
Oh my god, End has to be looking at tinted windows, does not realise he's looking at Codex through the window. He does realise that he can hear Stranger Ping. His ears better than his eyes at this moment in time. Nemo not on apples for breakfast, puts that one back in the bag. Instead, Lucky gets free kill on the way out. That Ace trying to back Zaki away.
I really like how Sicario is playing this. They're taking control and they're using audio. What a nade! I'm surprised it didn't kill him. Fantastic try. Ace is a really sneaky snake right now. He survived last round when they planted in the corner. Bake Easy picking up 2.
That's huge. That's why he's Bakizi big on the board and big with 2 down. 2 for 1 as Bakizi pushes his way into the point.
See, Sicario, I was saying how Sicario was doing a good job, and then they just kind of paused. XPA rotated out, and then Sicario stopped taking ground, and we could see what happens. Now they're just taking bad fights and losing 1 by 1. You know, they need to take that site quicker, I think.
There's 7 seconds left before the bomb needs to be planted. This is all about done. Yep, and XPA is going to turn it around.
Ace doing a great job of surviving on that site.
That for me, Blue, that's what a
That's
meta
you.
round looks like, right? That for me is what, as a defensive side, you should be doing every time, right? Not necessarily let them get the point for free, but you're so defensively held that they just can't. Doesn't matter which section of the point you probe at, whether you go outside, whether you come at it directly in the middle or the right hand side, you just can't get in there, right? Because the defense is just so patient. They're not over-aggressing, not ego-challenging for ones. They're just, as you made rightly pointed out yesterday, many a time, objective mindset focused, right?
Yep. The objective. And they're playing around it well. I mean, XPA is... Sicario has this kind of slow play style, and XPA is responding very well. I think the fact that their A players are doing such a good job of living, it's really helping secure the rounds because they're adding an extra 25, 30 seconds, you know, a minute. And we saw, yeah, okay, they took space onto A, but Ace was still there in A main, holding across onto the site so they couldn't plant, and he was holding alley. It's just, you know, XPA is really doing a great defense.
That's it. I think Step Sherpa's reading my mind in the chat there, feeling like this one is also going to go tit for tat all the way up to maybe a 6, 7, 8 round apiece map here.
Oh my god, it is 2 for 2 again. You're
yeah,
right.
both teams are feeling it out against each other here, Blue. Both teams are just trying to find that point of information that they can leverage, I guess the common comparison, or the common participle within the equation that they can begin to plan some sort of an advantage off of, because as we said in these close matches, it only takes a 2-round lead to really put yourself in such what seems like an unretrievable gap.
Yep. And yet we haven't seen, you know, what's funny is we see a tit for tat, one round, and as soon as XPA took 2 rounds, like just as you said, they secured the third, won the match, got the match point. So those extra rounds, those matches.
Oh. I mean, the wall and connector is very dead, as is that Ace and Stranger Ping, as they get taken out in a little bit of a duel along the way, and Saki
Nice
gets
kill by
Stranger Ping on the
Zaki.
end.
That's a big kill from Zaki. Now they have Bake Easy just chilling right outside, picking up Nemo for free.
Is this man literally posted up like a lamppost at the moment? Because I haven't seen him take about, I think, more than 20 paces when he's been on screen, but he's always getting kills from one position or another.
Look at how smart he is. He pushes up, takes the angle. Great retake from...
They think it's all over. It is now.
He's baking easy. I mean, he's cooking today, bro. He is cooking today. Because, you know, a player that plays normal Tarkov would see this and be like, oh, that guy is crabbing. But the reality is Bake Easy is using audio and is positioning to create space. Right there, they planted and had no idea. He was literally right outside, kills one for free, rotates on the site, and then holds the right hand, expecting the enemy to swing. I mean, he read exactly what they were going to do and killed everybody. I mean, great.
You're absolutely right. And I mean, forgive me, it's not a slight at the lamppost of the speed of everything, but it's truth. It's truth. And we call him a lamppost and not a pillar of concrete without a bulb on top, because he's not just sat in the corner waiting. He's watching and listening and learning, and then you'll see him burst into life at the right time. And that's what it is. It's not slow play, it's tempo play. He's reading the situation really well and reacting at the right moment to get the most effectiveness out of the impact. 1000%.
And you could see in the... You could see on these...
looking Codex in the eyes and giving him loving words of encouragement as we both hold the opposite side of fuel to each other. Big D, my friend, is getting himself up to some elevation, making himself look 7'6" instead of 6'7". It's easy. Big on corners. That Ace and Lucky looking at each other. Lucky looks at that Ace too hard as he falls over. Nemo gets Big D. Furlex.
You can really see the experience in prep work. Every player that we pretty much watch, Crack, they're pre-holding exactly where the enemy's head's going to appear based on the positioning or rotation. I mean, pretty much every player we've watched has pre-fired where the common head peaks are. I mean, both these guys know it in and out, man.
That's it, and Entas coming in as a sub here at the moment for the issues we've had technologically. It's coming on with a good kill here, and then also being able to work Codex out of his position. Then Furlex picks him up. Great work from Entas, and he's going to get taken out by Vikizi here, but he's done his job. He's almost
moving
2.5 for 1. That's it.
I've never seen a lamppost that moves. That's so dangerous.
The nade. Not
Ooh.
quite. That's a great throw if he's still on the bomb.
This is a really good hold. They have a nice crossfire here.
Man.
If Bake Easy moves to the right, he can get cross, but if he stays left, he actually can isolate the 50-50 on the guy in connector and then fight the one on the left. And that's exactly what he's doing.
He's cooking the read. He's trying to force him to look certain ways so he can separate. He does. He's far. Has to win that challenge. Oh, it's so good. I mean, you can see it. Like you said, Blue, you've almost got the Tetris out, busy hitting the buttons on it like a calculator, playing the game as if it's easy, but yeah, you got to hit the shots. And he's not going up against public games at this point in time, so you really got to be that quick. So, well played. Well held, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, they're really, they're playing well. I'm at a loss for words because both teams, I mean, again, 3-3, it's hard to pick a favorite here. Both teams are just, it's such a close match.
I think you make a right point, and it is nothing for free, right? Nobody's making daft mistakes. We've not had team kills. We've not had people giving up poor ones, poor over-aggressive pushes onto the point with the bomb in hand or silly things like that. It's been very tempered, very paced, and decisive. You got bullets even going off here, probably without any vision on anybody whatsoever, just trying to cover off some of the different lanes.
I think Big D's trying to find out if Bake Easy's hiding in that wall.
There we go. Second, Furlex. He's going to back off. Bakizi's going to hold him off as well. Actually gives him time to reposition twice over. Now, is Bakizi going to step up and take the angle, or is he going to let him in? Big D's going to throw a grenade at them.
He's just creeping.
Oh, this is tough.
Nice kill by Lucky.
Good push.
Really good read by them to expect Bake Easy or one of their players to be there. Big D doing a great job of surviving.
This is exactly what we were saying to you yesterday, Blue, though, about the choice of pushing not just one strong, but twos, threes, having somebody back you. You see the two of them there. Lucky's pushing with two strong behind him, swinging inside, so that he's not just 1-for-1. He's going to at least take someone with him.
Yep. And it's interesting, they have 4 members up. They had the numbers advantage, but they still let Sicario plant for some reason. I think maybe because Big D was hurt, he had to rotate out, and they decided that it was better to let them plant. But Ace should have really held the site, I think.
Is this going to be the
retake?
retake?
25 seconds.
One on the back. Big D gets one. Furlex gets Big D back. Codex gets Furlex. So that's it. It's down to Nemo. And this could be the play, the retake. Stranger Pin gets that ace. Still got 2 left alive, even with the team kill.
Big kill.
Oh, it's on Nemo, but Codex gets him. Wow, and Codex is going to be able to deactivate. So there you go. That is a retake. Officially, technically, that is a retake. A full retake, all the way off the point. I know Nemo was kind of tucked in the corner, McChillin, but it was, close enough.
Yeah, it's... I spoke too soon. I said they shouldn't have let them plant for free, but, they took back that site with no real issue. We really haven't seen too many nades being used on this map, right? It's weird. Last map was a nade fest, and now it's... I think we have only heard a few explosions. And that one nade that Bake Easy threw onto the site.
Oh, no, not surprised. I do remember the weather forecast this morning, and it did say that the wind was going to be terrible. So, we're going to put it down to that.
We are right by the ocean. Or, excuse me, by the bay.
Yeah, apparently the nades are not scheduled until later this evening, when it was a Tokyo Boy sponsored stream, I believe, in the second match of the evening, I think.
Oh, do it.
Hey up, grenades are us.
Do it.
Go on, shoot the whoop.
What a great nade! But Ace runs away.
I'm starting to wonder whether that ace has...
Check his computer.
the man just seems to be walking around him tonight. He's got a pre-planned flight path and he just walks in between the grenades as if they're nothing. Look, he gets great headshots and Stranger Ping rinses him.
Bomb getting planted on A. 4 members alive. I don't think this retake is going to go nearly as well.
Not as the last one, that's for sure.
Kodak across the universe right now, not able to support Big D pretty much at all. And this is the challenge with letting a team plant without rotating early, correct? We see Codex is isolated. Yeah, he picks up a kill, but there's 25 seconds and he's not even on the site yet. Or close to it.
I don't know, man. It's Codex, and we all know what Codex is like in the summer recipe, but let him cook. There's Big D.
Getting traded though.
Nemo. This is
I don't
Codex
wanna see
territory
Lucky
right here.
peeking.
This is Codex
Lucky
territory
Lucky.
right here.
Nice.
Oh, what a snap. I'm not going to lie, but Lucky came out of that without
Again
missing.
cracked. 4-4.
These games
Lucky
are wild,
and
boy.
Codex are the dark horses right now for both teams. I mean, goodness, they are both just going crazy. 4 for
Oh,
4.
man.
And it's just like you said, correct. Neither team managed to pick up that second advance round to put it to 3-1 or 4-2. And we see how the pressure, there's not enough pressure on the other team at this point. You know, 4-4, they both just keep trading rounds. I
Gotta think about the
XP can
mental,
come
though.
out.
Lucky
Yeah,
just got the edge of Cario by putting Codex down in that 1v1 at the end of the round there. I mean, both being kill leaders ahead of the team, both people being the one that's probably going to be driving the motivational side now. That's going to have been a big cheer at the end of that round for Lucky, is that there, being able to put Codex down in such clean fashion as well, because that was a pretty disgusting headshot, I'll say.
It's cooking. Big D, my friend, putting a D on Entos's head. Says go to sleep.
Good night, Prince. You have been ejected from the arena.
Great pickup from Nemo. Bomb going down. Oh,
Felix
no,
gets a
could've-
team kill on a Lucky. Oh,
That's
no.
unlucky. Oh, no. Oh, and Saki picking up that ace. Sicario's actually in a pretty good positioning. I like how they have one connector, one in middle, one on red. Red getting taken out by Codex. Connector trying to swing to pick up Ferlix, getting taken out. Nemo really hurt here. I don't think he's in a position. I mean, it's Nemo, so he could definitely win it, but we're gonna need a miracle.
Codex popping off a little bit this round. I don't think he was too pleased that he lost that last one to Lucky. He's come back with a response of his own.
And Bake is always in the right position, holding the perfect angle. I mean, you could see where you have this behemoth of normal Tarkov, takes that big brain and cooks it in arena, and he has the patience and the aggression. You know, like, Bake Easy's just always in the right spot, man. He's just, his positioning is flawless.
Flawless is right. Doing a great job, actually, with his positioning. Not just that, but as a captain in the team, I'd like to think of that as somebody who stays alive a lot more than the rest of the team. Like, that's the person you want to be there in the clutch situations, because they're the temper, they're the brains, you know, in theory, they're the in-game lead, yada, yada, yada. You get the gist. They're the calm and the storm. So it's nice to see Bakizi taking the center of the tempo and the slower pace and putting it into a conversion that is gaining them rounds rather than just seeing it be slow play. We're not seeing it just, you know, not pay off to anything. It's actually working with a plan in the background rather than just being a bit slow at and being cautious.
Yeah, he's playing. I wouldn't use the word slow. I would say he's lampposting. Pushing up alley. Good double. Taking out one. Zach and Codex, just an absolute monster, taking out both.
Machine
Big D, my
worthy.
friend, chilling.
Yes, he is. And that, this is almost Bakizi-esque in positioning as well, isn't it? Just behind the box. He's got Codex in support out back.
And it's really interesting how D's clearing the site. He's kind of putting pressure and takes a few steps, peeks an angle, backs up. I think he's trying to bait an audio cue from whoever's in A main right now. Ooh, great play from Lucky, picking up Codex. Bomb's gonna get planted, trading out his teammate. Oh no, but then Entos pick up Big D. Big Easy in the 1v2, slowly, tactically pushing forward.
I mean, Lucky with the one tap on his teammate and then the adjustment and help from Entas to be able to take out the bomb planter. We do see Bakizi actually trying to weave his way into being able to get past Lucky so he can challenge Entas, find some cover and then come back in himself. 69 seconds left though. That's it. Ah, it's too
With the
far.
jump shot.
I have to say, again, Entas, perfect play. Yeah, backs off, draws him as far away from the point as possible, so that even if he does win that one, which he doesn't end up doing, he gets unceremoniously jumped on. He can't plant, retrieve the bomb, and get it down in time. It's not possible. Not physically possible.
5-5.
I believe that XPA and Sicario now have probably played more games in this one set of 2 maps than I think we saw in one of the other matches yesterday.
Yeah, our second match, we had a 9-0 and a 9-1.
Yeah.
So we're pretty much there, dude. Nice pick up from Zaki. Getting traded immediately, though. Codex. Oh, my God. Codex just playing out of his mind. That Coulter kit. So Codex is using Coulter. And for those who aren't familiar with the arena presets, it's going to be the 5.56x45 AUG. And it's going to have a silencer and a pretty decent optic on it. I can't remember which one. But the snappiness and the ADS speed and the hip fire on that gun are fantastic. I mean, it's really arguably one of the strongest kits in the game. And bam, Codex taking out Lucky. By 45. 2 Punisher kits, 2 HKs, and a Coulter. And I think we have Split too. And Grumpy. We basically have all 5.56 right now. It's crazy. Anthos trying to gets killed. He was trying to spam but gets killed. Great trade. Codex looking to hit that 20 bomb. And look at the positioning, folks. XPA, this is a masterclass of how to hold on attack and on defense. Great job from XPA picking up the round. I mean, the way that these guys are holding a tight right angle, but just slightly off angle, is creating such a difficult position for the attacking or for the defending team to retake, because you basically have to swing into that player and expose yourself. They're not giving free peeks. So it just creates so much pressure and so much space. Tactical crabbing is the best crabbing.
We're not seeing a lot of A pressure when it comes to planting the bomb. We've seen a couple of fakes into A, and we've seen a very strong A hold, which drew the bomb to A, but we haven't seen any of in the attacking position push for A aggressively 2, 3, 4 rounds in a row. As Felix bombs Stranger Ping out of this one.
Big kill for Sicario. They need to... If XPA picks up this round, I think they're going to take the match. Sicario really needs this round. I'm kind of predicting an overtime, though. You know, Bowl, I saw a lot more adaptation from both teams and responsiveness that XPA cut off Sicario's strats eventually. Here, I don't see that. Both teams are, they're fighting tooth and nail. It's 50-50 right now.
Very tentative from both sides. Still not quite 100% familiar maybe on this map, seems like, as they take steps towards each other's positioning with a lot less confidence and aggression as to what we saw on Bowl.
And here's your friend system you love, Crash. 2 guys peeking and Dave's trying to stay isolated. But Big Easy on his right takes him out. There's 3 of them there. Great trade.
Nothing a great night out constitutes having a friend in board. 2 traded quickly back. XPA, Sicario, 3 members apiece. Sicario putting 2 down, left on Step Easy. And there he goes.
Wow. Nemo takes up the bomb planer, then kills Big D on alley, and then the other player, Furlex, rotates through their alley, picks up the gentleman holding alley. Great retake.
That's all it takes. Seconds.
6-6.
Literal seconds.
We're back.
Yep.
We're back. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, is Codex on board for a nuke? No, I repeat, Codex 5 short of a nuke.
20 kills against one of the best teams in Europe. Monster.
Speaking of friend systems and buddy systems, I'm not going to lie to you, Blue, but Codex is having an absolute screamer of a performance here. Whilst Cacao, who is normally his bestest buddy and his backbone to the two-man plays that they make as an XPA side, is on the bench. He's chilling out. Cacao's busy sitting watching the sidelines with pizza in his hand, whilst Codex is taking 20 for the team.
Cacao's enjoying his vacation that much more.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting on a beach, having a nice drink, watching his boys slam it down. Bake easy. Slowly, tactically crabbing it onto sight. Now, what's interesting is you see how he's turning his head down here, Cracked. He's actually, oh my God, look at, they're both crabbing, but he's, Bake Easy's brain is gigantic. He predicts that someone might be holding him, so he crouches under the window.
Is he past him? Is he going to get past him completely? He's going to get past him enough for the challenge. Wow.
Because Furlex didn't even know he was there, Cracked. Furlex ended up winning the trade, but he had no idea.
Wow, was 2 strong in Sicario take 1 strong from XPA in the fuel fight. That is last alive.
Ooh, we might see a 7-6. Sicario might, you know, this might be the reverse of what we saw last game. I believe XPA went up 7-6. What are you thinking, Cracked? Are we going OT? Nice shot by Ace.
This is that Ace, though, and if that Ace gets a hold of this bomb, it's over.
If he's still one here, he's going like that. He's the best. What are you doing?
You're kidding me. He's just better. That Ace. Look at him.
Zaki.
Holy.
Zaki is going to need a snacky because that was crazy, bro. I don't know. His 2 teammates got laid out by Mike Tyson, and he decides to try to jump by. I mean, that was crazy. I think that might be game over, Cracked. That was such a tough loss. That, I mean, really might put the the proverbial foot on Sicario's neck. Because
yeah, I think Zaki might be considering a tic-tac-toe or a hacky sack career instead of gaming after that one. I'm not gonna lie to you, that hurt a little bit. Oh,
bro, I have PTSD from watching that jump. That Ace says, "Kiss my ace. This is my round." Taking it home, 7-6 XPA. I think Sicario's feeling it, man. That was a bad round.
man.
Holy. As we could see, 5 members of XPA playing like it's labs, slowly crabbing towards the loot.
Are we going to see that Ace steal the spotlight from Codex? Does seem like every single one of the XPA. Oh my God, this is going to be a rush and a half. 4 strong into fuel, 1-1 to begin with. Zaki gets 16 my friend on the back. It is for the time being, but Connector's strong. 2 from Connector. Now it's looking a bit dangerous. 4v2. Suddenly, that XPA storm turned into an XPA whip.
XPA. Ace is still alive. I think this is pretty good positioning by Sicario. They know
the bomb is cooked. That's it. The bomb's cooked. And he's just too strong.
Endos almost didn't even shoot. Lucky almost picked. Oh my goodness. Ace almost was about to pick up both of them. Stranger Ping looking to repeat the success, but man, with 10 seconds,
he's going to bomb
definitely
to
going to
pick
be.
up the bomb.
He's going to force the plant
immediately. Hard plant, right? Surely you hard plant. Yes, hard plant. Yep. But now he has to fight it off. Now he just has to delay. All he has to do is not die here. Unfortunately, he goes down, and that's going to be the defuse.
Crack told you not to die, bro. What were you thinking?
Oh.
You know, that was really good by Sicario, though, because yes, they did let him plant, but what they did actually was trap him on site. So that was actually a really smart play by Sicario. They let him take the bomb and plant, and before he could rotate off of site, Furlex rotated from red into fuel and cut off that left rotation. And then you had the other player that was inside of connector with the crossfire. I mean, really fantastic play.
That's it. And Furlex's mum, if you were out there, that's them. Furlex was giving you a little wave there in the camera, like spotlight being shone on him by his friend. He's like, "Look, Mum, I'm on TV."
Oh my goodness. You know, if Ace didn't go crazy, it would be 8-6 right now for Sicario.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness. It just shows how important each round is. Like, you can't lose those rounds.
Is it foreboding, Blue? Was that ace the ace of spades, digging graves for the Sicario lineup in preemption for a 9-7 flip?
I think he read Bake Easy's cookbook many times. Oh, and speaking of cooking, Bake Easy taking out one as I'm talking about him. You know, what's interesting with Bake Easy is there's nothing hyper flashy. He's not trying to show off. He's just always in the right place, making the right play. And I think that's why XPA really is one of the best teams in the world right now, because they're just, you could see the fragging potential, the responsiveness, strategical adaptations, the positioning, the angle holding, the clutch factor. They have everything.
I mean, that's what makes him one of the older players within the Tarkov community, do you know what I mean? You know, he's not quite Grandpa Castilli, but he might definitely be Uncle Bakizi, or maybe even second removed Granddaddy, I don't know, but he's definitely one of the mainstays and definitely one of the more experienced players. And with that comes that tempered aggression, you know. You do kind of get out of the almost fidgety, over-hyper play style, and you get used to being tempered by the nerves of battle. Big D, my friend, gonna have to have some humongous cojones to be able to hold him inside. And as you go down, yep.
Furlak's in a 1v3. Nice try. We see that split hit tanking so much today. I swear it looked like he just drilled him in the face and he just walks away.
So we had this conversation about armor, right? And headshots being king. But I did give that caveat, you know, that yeah, that I so hesitated on. That's a helmet, my friend. That's what the sound of a helmet is these days. And it's very much so the case that, well, ricochets exist. And armor's doing just that little bit more to help you out at the moment. So you can tank headshots. I mean, we saw with our own two blue eyes, yeah, the headshot in our bowl match as the split class noinked one off that should have easily been a free kill. And it just goes to show that, you know, if you're not in the game to win, you're not gambling with a helmet, then you don't get a chance to get a ricochet. So you've got to wear a helmet to be in it to win it.
Like, that's fair. I'd prefer to have a helmet if I could. You know, and what's interesting is the split kit that you see Ace playing that has that face shield with the exfil, the Wendy exfil helmet, it's also got a tier 6 front plate. So
Yes,
split
correct.
is incredibly tanky. And they're giving 995 mags to Ace. So Ace is running around as a tank with nukes.
Yeah.
Zaki picking up Ace 1-for-1.
Nukes down. Disarmed the nukes. A good start to the XPA
Codex
lineup.
really hurt.
This
They
is
need
big
to
for
kill Codex
XPA.
here. Nice kill from Lucky picking up Codex. Oh,
Wow.
man, picking out 3. Big D, my friend, is about to see if he can 1v4.
Now, how big really is his D? Let's see. Well,
Unlucky.
unimpressive. Nothing to write home about.
Oh, man.
8-8. Although I will say one thing, we are here, Blue. We are at Decider territory. Ladies and gentlemen, it's our first set of overtime in the HPL official Euro League. Let's go to 2.
Wow. You know, I had a feeling that this was going to happen because we saw him bowl. Eventually, when XPA was attacking, they adapted so well to what Sicario was doing that they just took over. But here, neither team, I mean, correct me if you saw something different, Crack, but I didn't see either team really countering the other one. Like, they both kind of played their own game and just stuck to their guns and played it how
Yeah.
they wanted. Like, I
Some
didn't see
reactions
any
were better,
wild
some were
read.
worse. Yeah, 100%. My question is, do we... right, so Sicario are attacking. We've got... Yeah, this is new territory. I don't like treading on eggshells, chat. All right. 2 rounds to win. Okay, two round gap to take the victory. The overtime rounds are ever so slightly shorter, I believe. You can see it's overtime 1 up on the top. There is a limit to how many overtimes we can have. God forbid we get there 10 rounds or so in the future. This is it. So the attacking and defending sides will swap more frequently as well. So keep an eye on the axe and the shield on either side of the team's names to denote who's playing who and who's playing what part of the bargain. And also take an eye on the tempo. So This is Sicario on attack as Furlex takes 1. Sicario up 5-4 at the moment, but the bomb is going the other way. Ladies and gentlemen,
They're charging. Let's go.
Oh,
Take the
smoke
site,
and
taking it
mirrors.
for free. No one's on site. Oh wait, I spoke too soon. Where's Codex? Oh, gets traded out. Now they have no pressure. Should have total control of B. Sicario need to pick up this round. And yes, obviously they need to pick up this round, but the reason is they have all the positioning and strategy in the world. They
oh my,
plant
Bikizi
the
jumps
bomb.
under the headshot. The bomb goes down. Furlex gets Stranger Ping. The device is now officially planted. You're absolutely right there, Blue. Plant the bomb. Get it down.
Plant the bomb.
That ace.
You know, I don't mind that them clearing Wisdom, but Cracked, you got to be quicker, man. They took over
Thank
cover, they
you.
took over fuel, and they didn't plant for 15 seconds.
We might need a change from Caster Blue to Coach Blue at this rate, Chad. Blue's spitting facts as we see. That ace now stuck in another one of those impossible scenarios, and this time around it doesn't go his way. Furlex slams the door shut. Sicario take the advantage. That's big. Sicario took advantage on an attacking play. So they have a round up. If they get the second round here, I mean, obviously they're going to be ahead of the game. But if they go into defense, win a round, lose a round, and they get 2 rounds of defense, you'd like to think the defending team has the advantage, right, Blue?
You know, I would like to say that, but I don't know if we've seen that, Cracked. Like both teams on attack and defense, they're trading round for round, blow for blow. It's really hard for me to pinpoint what is the specific strategical advantage that each team has. You know, it seems like they're like each team's playing for picks and then just pushes whatever side they were originally planning on rotating to or attacking.
What do you reckon, chat? Who's attacking and who's defending? Come on, teach us a game. How are we doing it? Who's favouring the attacking side and who's favouring the descending tides right now? Because the metas are being made as we speak, right? Ladies and gentlemen, you have been here first as we have written the rule book as to what's going to happen for leagues to come, for arena leagues, for arena tournaments, yeah? This is setting the precedent. This is going to set the standard and how people are going to look at this. Do we want to attack or do you want to defend? Who thinks?
All right, if you were a betting man, what would you pick, correct? What's your breakdown? Give me the wisdom.
If I'm playing, I'm defending because I like slow play. I like playing the Bikizi sort of approach to it. I'm a theory crafter. I'm a playmaker. I don't like this whole run and gun. I'm not the best in a 50-50 ego fight. I'm more about prepared play. If I'm in a professional environment and I was playing as one of these people with this skill, attacking every time. Set the tempo,
Really?
set the pace, and force the reaction. Yeah, just get in the face so quick that they can't do anything about it. Yeah, don't give them a chance
Kind
to
of like
react.
we're seeing right here.
Exactly.
Sicario doing a great job. Bro, let's swing into 2. Doesn't get either. Oh my god, the buddy system paying off. Bomb is getting planted. 2 on Alley. Zaki needs to kill Codex here. If he doesn't kill Codex, it's pretty much over. I mean,
I'm not gonna lie.
Codex 25 kills.
Yep, there we go. The nuke is gone. That ace gets one. Stranger Ping gets another. Entas returns on that ace, though, as we go to 3-1. And it's all left on Entas's shoulders for the chance to win the match.
Swing.
Right? This is
clinical.
Remember...
No, he whiffed. He whiffed. He actually could have won this round.
God.
No.
Oh. And the bomb was down. The bomb's going to get deactivated. But I hesitate to say maybe instead of being there and taking that fight, if you back off and swing around, I don't know if he's got time to cross
I think
to the other side to come into the building. Well, just you don't need to fight there, though, right? The bomb's down. Yeah.
Well, so you saw how he was in the main door, tucked in the corner.
Yeah.
I would say that's probably the strongest position on the whole A site. Because you force the enemy to expose themselves before you have to do anything. And you saw how the 2 gentlemen on Alley pushed into the site, and you could see how clinically they were clearing, but they had no idea where he was. And he had the opportunity to swing out and kill one for free there, Crack. He might have actually killed both if he hit his shots. Like, genuinely, I really think he could have won that. Because he had the surprise attack, but then didn't capitalize. Because if he picked up one there, Cracked, I think he puts enough pressure that one of them's forced to defuse, and he can isolate a 50-50. You know, he might have been able to force them to 1v1 him rather than 1v2 or 1v3.
Yeah, I think you might be right. I think Entas bringing the 6th member, the proverbial ghost that ITB Goes' buddy partnership had brought him the misfortune of, which is Captain Whiffage. We definitely did see, like you said, the bullets, not quite, registering where they needed to meet the mark. And as you make the point very clear, where I'm saying, okay, we could back away, it doesn't matter. You win the fight. You don't need to back away. You shouldn't have to force yourself to make a decisive play. Nemo decides Codex doesn't get to play this round. Nemo decides that Ace doesn't get to play this round. Nemo is looking at potential for 1 for 4 here, as Stranger Ping and Big D, my friend, are just millimeters away from a similar fate. Speaking of similar
Furlek's
fates,
picking up another one. He's gonna give time for his teammates to rotate and connector. Nemo, fantastic 2 picks, and now he's just chilling, just like you were talking about, Cracked. He's in a position to take the fight, but just, you know, he's hanging out. He's having a good time. Nice kill from Lucky.
Big D, my friend, goes down.
Point.
Oh, boy.
Match point for Sicario.
And Sicario go into the attacking round with a round lead. So they can afford to lose both of these rounds here and still not lose the match. This is the position you want to be in overtime, is coming off of defense. In theory, you want to be in an advantage so that you're going into the attacking. If you're in my side of the bargain, if you're playing from my perspective, if you're a professional player and you like your aggression, you would favor being XPA right now because you get 2 rounds of attacking into a 9 and 10 scoreline, which would take you into the defensive side of things with a round advantage so that you can lose potentially against the attacking aggression that we favor in that mindset, right?
Hey, if you feel like running it down and you can back up that with your Big D, I'll do it, you know?
I mean, I'm actually a little bit shocked that Big D, my friend, is 1 or 2 negative KD ratios. We might be petitioning for a name change a little soon.
Damn. Medium D, my friend.
Yeah. Slightly below average D, my guy.
Oh, no. We're
Oh,
sorry.
no. It's all in love. I like the name, actually. Wow.
It's such a funny name. He's a funny dude, too.
This split class is going to be something to talk about, actually. You hit a good nail on the head there, actually, Blue. Nemo gets Codex. Furlex is running around in circles.
Sicario's up. Sicario's 1v3.
It's going to be done, isn't it?
We're talking about the cooking.
Blue, let him cook. Let him cook, Blue. We're going to leave this in the hands of the Magic Man. Here it comes. 1v2 for the game and to stop Sicario from taking overtime out of their hands. It's Bikisi with the bomb in a really unusual situation, actually, here. He's got all of the work to do and no time to do it in 22 seconds. He's got to find one of these picks and get himself over. Oh, now he goes down to Entas and Sicario. Close it out. What a game.
Entas
1-1, it's a draw.
himself right there.
That's it.
2 kills in the last round. Let's go. 11-9 Sicario.
GG.
GG's.
Max power, I'm about to go bigger and better. If I ever lose, I don't know, faster than ever. If I ever lose, I don't know, bigger and better. Hitting all the goals I can. Bigger, bolder, faster. Ooh, I'm going to the maximum. I'm going to the maximum. I'm going to the maximum. I'm bigger, bolder, faster. Ooh, going to the maximum. I'm bigger, bolder, faster.
Welcome back, folks. And XPA, unfortunately, not able to secure that second game. Sicario taking us with our first overtime victory, 11-9. What a game, Cracked. I mean, so back and forth, so much hype, so much action, so many individual banger plays. I mean, whew, that was a masterclass. It truly was a masterclass in how to play Arena.
It went the way we expected. We saw XPA try and take dominance of the game through pace.
Yep.
And then it went the way we didn't expect it to, which was Sicario just slamming some pace home with, I want to say, the most composure we've seen from a team after the opening part of the play. Like, okay, we're going to wait for this clock, this imaginary clock that's in each team's head as the part of this pre-designed tactic that's going in for planting the bomb with 3, 2, 1, snap. and everyone moves, and it's like clockwork, and people push here and here, and like you said, the buddy system was coming in strong. You had 2 people strong in every angle. Teams were swinging angles. Threes were swinging angles at some point, and when the chips were down, players were stepping up. 1v3s, 1v4s, some good grenades to cover ground, some strong challenges from people that were left in awkward situations, actually gaining way more than their worth and weight in bodies when it comes to how much should have been taken away from them to get them out of there. All round, phenomenal match. There's nothing more to say than a great match.
Both teams, I mean, XPA picking up Bull because they had that adaptation factor. Like you said, they were this slow, methodical machine playing off each other. But, you know, when I think about Bull, Bake Easy pretty much won that game for them because there were 2 rounds that he was a sneaky little snake on B site and killed 2 guys, got the bomb down, and immediately won the round. I mean, on Bay 5, you saw this back and forth, and I really didn't see too much adaptation. And I'm not trying to knock the teams. It more seems like whatever the default strategies are, there didn't seem to be too much modification. They stuck to their guns and tried to pick up kills where they could. But I think the big determining factor on Bull was this ability to adapt. Where Bay 5, it seemed like just the same play over and over. And, you know, I didn't see too much flex. I didn't see a lot of rotates up the middle of the map. I didn't see a lot of flanks on Bay 5. They went B or they went A. You know,
Yep.
It was very simple, but you know, they played their guns, they played their game, and they got it to work. Beating XPA like they did was fantastic because XPA had some unbelievable clutches. I mean, like when Ace won that round, bro, I think I screamed. Oh my God.
You're absolutely right. And the one thing I was going to sort of add as an ode to this, I don't want to take anything away from Sicario because it is a phenomenal victory, but I think the argument could be made that it could have been an XPA win. It could have been a Sicario win. And I mean, I'm curious to see if we can get at the Hunt Premiere in the chat crew, any of the guys in the background, if we could get maybe a poll going on in the near future to find chat's player of the game. Because I think arguably, even though XPA lost, Codex has got to be in for the picking list on that one, dropping a tactical nuke in standard playtime. And then I don't even know what the man finished on after overtime because we swung a few extra rounds there. You know, there's a potential for a 30 bomb from the man in that game, which is ridiculous. And that was just to keep XPA inside of the actual game itself. I mean, they ended up losing in a game where he's dropped a 25 bomb. What is that?
Crazy.
What are those? Like, when did you hear this, you know? What is going on? So, this just shows you exactly what kind of caliber of talent is going around within these games and what kind of standards you're having to beat to get somewhere with that. And hold up, wait a minute. I think there's a giveaway going on, chat. Blue, is there something up in the sky being airdropped into us?
Cheeky breaky, lemon squeaky. Yes, I believe there's a giveaway for a brand new arena game.
That is
Y'all
it.
would like a version of Arena for free, type exclamation HPL. Just like that.
Chance for in it to win it. Exclamation mark HPL. Hunt Premier League, for those of you who fondly remember our channel name, also known as the Hot Prize Line. We like to formally rebrand it here, as we like to know that everybody wins hot prizes here at the Hunt Premier location when it comes to tournaments. Ladies and gentlemen, ourselves, Battlestate Games and Gigabyte Auras are here today, bringing you 2 of our matches in the first official HPL Euro League of Summer 2024. Gigabyte Auras on board here today, like we said, exclamation mark Gigabyte, to be able to have a look at that monitor they have just popped up. Brand new on the scene, folks. It's going to be there for you all to get a look at through that link. And we are going to be saying that if you want to get the most out of your gameplay, that monitor, the Gigabyte Auras 27-inch, 360 hertz Gigabyte gaming monitor is the way to do it, all right? Get on that link, check it out in chat, and you guys will be absolutely killing it. We, right now, I believe, are going to be taking a small break after we're coming back to our 1945 match, which is going to be Ledex and Vaptim. We're going to have a look at the trailer for Gigabyte so that you guys can see exactly what that monitor quality is going to bring you the potential at home by jumping on that link. So have a look at that now, and we'll be back for a intermission and coming back to see Ledex taking on Vaptim in the very near future. See you soon, folks.
Hello there, folks, and welcome back to the Hunt Premier League, first European league in the summer of 2024. For those just tuning in, Sicario just took out XPA on Bay 5, but XPA picked up Bull. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think both teams, because it's a draw, are going to get 1 point for the leaderboard.
I think it's 2 actually. I think they both
Ooh.
share 2 points apiece, but we'll get that confirmed when we get a look at the leaderboard, which I'm sure we're going to have a look at in a second in between these 2 matches. But maybe being corrected, actually. No, you were absolutely right, Blue. You're blue. If I was green, I would die, because apparently I was wrong this time around. 1-1, absolutely. 1 point apiece. It goes into the scoreboard. Ladies and gentlemen, if you need your knowledge, go to Blue. ESQ is the Esquire of the good knowledge. It's very good. Anyway, moving swiftly onwards, we're going to be looking at Team Ledex taking on Vaptim next. And if we thought the last game was explosive and very highly contested, this one is set to be a redemption bathing in flame for Vaptim, should we say. Arguably, I think, Vaptim showed one of the 2 strongest challenges to our seasoned teams on the Skybridge map, which will play forward into which map picks we have coming into this, making my decision as to who may win or lose in the back of my head differ based off of where we go location-wise. And to my, shall we say, surprise, Ledex chose Skybridge, with Vaptim starting on the defensive side.
I mean, with the way Tokyo was nading cracked, I would pick Skybridge too. I think he got a need kill almost every round. I mean, I don't want to fight them on Skybridge because they have this slow, methodical play style, but yet they have the knowledge and the preparation to punish so damn well with that utility.
That's it. Absolutely. And we're going to see Tokyo and all of those grenades in 2 other forms now. We're going to see him in his second form and his final form, because we're going to go to Bay 5 for VPM. And we're going to see Ledex on the defensive side in that one, which means we're going to see grenades from Skybridge. We're going to see if there is grenades to be had on Bay 5, as you rightly made the point in the last match that we saw, which was we've not seen as much utility action on a Bay 5 map, which is kind of interesting, as you pointed it out. It's keen to see you keeping an eye on it after you made the comment earlier on today that utility is underlining, shall we say, the tempo of most of the rounds in the game, sometimes even deciding the whole map.
And that's how Team Ledex's Skybridge went yesterday. They would play for audio, they would position on defense or attack properly, they would listen for audio cues and tell Tokyo to hit the red button and launch the nuke. And that's what they did. I mean, they really, I shouldn't say every round, but I'm pretty sure it was 1 to 2 kills per round were from utility, which is just crazy. I mean, it's almost outrageous, you know?
It really is, and I think we're going to see more of that again, regardless of where we go from Tokyo Boy. But let's, I tell you what, let's deviate away, shall we? I was trying to think of a better word than deviate, because let's just have a look at the rest of the lineups in plain English. We'll do a very non-cranked thing, and we'll speak in plain sentences for a moment. Okay. So your teams we're going to be seeing facing up against each other. We've got Ledex, 4 Ledex, Tokyo Boy, Danny Loyal, Cash Taker, and Banshee coming up against Willie, Sick Individual, Core, High Fuer, and Paradox.
Oh!
Are you kidding? Are we really here again?
God.
What is going on? I can't do
5
this.
kills cracked. 5
This is the
kills
first
from Nate.
round. I can't. I don't have the heart rate or the strength in my stomach for more rounds of this. It's round 1. Give me a break.
Ooh. And in the irony, High Fuer, previously actually a member of Team Ledex, going to be taking out 3 of his old teammates with that nade. What a way to say hello.
I don't even, bro. I'm done. I'm so done. Excuse me. Oh, chat. Stay with me. Stay with me. So, 5 of 6 kills in this round so far have been taken by apples. Banshee. It's only a flash. It's only a flash, Blue. It's only a flash.
Oh, Danny picking up, evening it out now.
This is a
Because
good
both
plan.
members are gonna. Oh, actually, no. He's making a good play. One player's playing headshot box. One rotating to banana. Gonna be trying to take the peak. Banshee's actually in a very cheeky off angle, holding that 90 box. VPM gonna double swing. Very good. Oh, he calls it and still gets the win. Nice swing by Danny. Wow. Banshee was in such a cheeky spot, sitting on site, so he could hold that left hand, look down towards banana, and hold that 90 corner where that long box is on the left side. And then when they had the info from the jump, he still wins. This new member of Team Ledex just doing such a fantastic job. Banshee really, really establishing himself as a monster.
Okay. God, guys, chat's at it again. What happened? Didn't see Tucky naded my screen. It's going again. The back. Oh no. Oh, Tokyo boy with a grenade in his hat. I mean, what else would it be? Let's be real. Oh, come on. The only one's done this. And he's
Really?
finally done it, ladies and gentlemen. Tokyo boy is human. It's official.
Whew.
He is a real person, not a robot.
No,
I lied. I'm done. I'm out.
told
I'm
you.
going home. I quit. I am so.
knew
I
it.
nearly swore live on stream. I'm done. Bye,
He's
guys.
AI.
You win, Blue.
LX Tokyo Boy AI. Convinced. We need the mod files right now. Hype, you're picking up cash. Bomb gonna be fake. Really taking out Banshee down to 3v4 for Ledex, but they're actually gonna have a chance to plant. Maddox swing. Oh, not swing on the site. Right where Maddox is standing, by the way, that is Philbo because there's a sign on the wall that says blame Philbo. For those tuning in, blame Philbo. Now, Team Ledex really going to need to take up this round. He's playing it kind of slow. Danny doing a really good job holding a pixel pick. Nice pickup on the core. Picking up High Fear. He says bye Fear. Maddox picking up one. Team Ledex is in a really good position. It's still Danny going crazy. Ledex can take it up. Danny killing everybody. Tokyo, the machine AI, killing one with a nade because he's obviously built different, sending nukes. But Danny, with the aggressive Falcon play, 45 rounds of them, 7 and 40 on a gun that has basically no recoil. He was cooking 6 kills in 2 rounds, and 5 of those kills in the first round, or 5 total kills in the first round were to nades cracked. Danny's cooking,
God.
bro.
Tokyo boy went and bought himself a business. He bought himself Toys R Us and filled the shelf with grenades. And then Danny Loyal came in as chief executive officer and just hired and fired the entire company all at once. I'm so spent. I honestly don't even know what's going on anymore. And he just runs through the grenade.
Tell me that's Tokyo that survived that. No.
I mean, he
Say,
would have
tell me you
Tokyo
can eat
drifted his
nades
way
now,
around
too.
it, right? Oh, God. Danny Loyal gets Maddox. Is Danny Loyal on an absolute tear? I think he is currently legendary in the scale of 7 without any deaths.
Monster kill.
He could be godlike. As Banshee puts Willie down on the side of the train, banishes him out of there.
Ah. Nice kill for Pure on the flank. Bomb not planning yet. Tokyo Boy realizing that both members are on A. Danny! Check the Moss files. Danny going absolutely crazy, bro. I want Danny to be loyal to me because I do not want to be on the other side of that Falcon right now. Holy cannoli.
Yeah, Danny saying then.
He's faster than Codex's pace last match. He's on pace to drop a 30 bomb.
I say he's holding nothing back. He's showing no mercy, saying those foes ain't loyal, and he's just putting them down.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. And that's what happens when the cookie crumbles. Speaking of crumbling, Ledex somehow managing to crumble his way back into VPN without taking any damage from sick individual. One sick individual with the hops unfortunately falls sick to Tokyo Boy holding the angle. Oh, no.
Oh, man. Tokyo just... No.
I mean, it's an
Tokyo
underground small
Boy.
subway. It makes sense. Set up,
Wow.
ready to get on the train for work, mate. It's a standard day in Tokyo. Couple of grenades in hands, a job to do, and a Danny Loyal to impress. And it seems like Ledex really have come, not just with fire in pocket, but a storm in the pack, and an objective in mind, which is to thoroughly entertain and abuse this Vapton lineup in Skybridge in so many ways possible.
Another crazy name.
It's gone, and there's two. Oh, they get away from. Oh, they got one. Wow, Maddox actually just robbing himself away from that.
I don't know if they even knew the nade was there. It seemed like they weren't aware. It was just good timing by Maddox to rotate. Very aggressive push. One of the players at VPM pushing up in VIP. You could see where he is through the wall on the right side of the screen. He's in a corner against basically a bookshelf, holding a tight angle to surprise the enemies.
You know, it's ridiculous that when a player has had that much of an impact with grenades, that he gets one grenade kill a round and we don't even mention it. It's that standard of common procedure.
It's ridiculous.
It's
ridiculous.
So silly.
I
We're
mean,
on board
it's
here with-
literally a kill every round so far.
Exactly.
It's unreal.
So, looking at this now with 50 seconds left on the round, let's reassess where the teams have settled out, because Vapton and Ledex both have 3 players remaining, both with similar amounts of damage taken.
Banshee's in a really good spot, though, Crack. I think if he gets this flank, if he can kill the gentleman without the mana. Oh, Cash, gotta pick up this guy in VIP. One on site. Maddox swinging sandwich.
Oh, we
Danny
know
not getting
VIP.
taken out. Cash getting taken out by Core. Banshee taking out Maddox on the flank. Banshee gets beat to VIP. Oh, and he gets double swung, but Danny trades the 1v1 situation. Danny with 15 seconds left, playing VPN, playing on E-Box. Danny knowing he has to push, no time.
Absolutely right.
Nice,
Danny Loyal,
nice.
sick
Playing
individual.
from sick individual. Sick individual just wasting the time. Don't peek. Don't be sick. Run. Be a scared individual. Run. He's running. Run for it. Great job from sick individual. And he picks up the kill.
Nah, the cat and mouse. Perfection.
Just stands still. Just looks at himself. Maybe he's dusting himself off.
He's one smart
job.
individual. Don't know about sick individual. One very well played cookie. Good work. Level up.
Picking up the first round for VPM. Unfortunately for VPM, Danny has not died yet. The unkillable. I wonder what makes Danny loyal.
I've heard marshmallows. And every once in a while, one cooked over an open fire. Especially if Tokyo Boy's on the cooking.
Tokyo streamer item would be like a cookbook like Bake Easy, but it would have a name.
I honestly thought, I'm not going to lie, that Maddox had just died to that grenade hitting his model and knocking him out. The timing that he got shot with was so good with the grenade throw.
Nice pick up.
Oh.
Ledex and Cash looking a little challenged right now to find their footing in this game.
Can I just make a
Cash
point of
looking
this,
to
though?
take some cash, though.
Vaptim look confident here. They actually look challenging. I don't think that this is as confident a performance from Ledex as we expected. They have a round on the board, and they're actually holding these openers now as Hypure is going to swing Cash Taker. Oh, no!
Cash taking Furious Cash. Oh, man, he got the swing. He had the advantage. The guy wasn't looking, and he whiffed. That's so tough for VPM.
Yeah, I think we might have to start getting Captain Whiffage on our payroll. We might need to mascot the Euro League at this point in time because he's making so many common appearances. Now, Hypure, one of our high scorers, also paying homage to the Whiff Master and just shooting thin air to death. Danny Loyal gets Core and Banshee gets Willy.
They already know 6 coming down this way. They have a cross. Banshee's playing at the outside U-turn. The other members playing in back red. You can't see him, but oh, he's on his left. I believe it's Cash on his left. No, it's Tokyo. Tokyo, picking up the free frag. Just chilling, holding a right angle. Stick your fat head out. Boop. Just Ledex looking so clean. 10-0, Danny. Danny, I'm gonna need you to die.
Yeah, I think Tokyo Boy's been told he's
first.
not allowed to get ahead in the kills of this game because people are going to start getting suspect. I think he's been put on a semi-bench because he's been doing too damn good. And I'm not going to lie to you, it's kind of rough when Ledex, you know, just sort of grab VPM's Willy on a drive-by as they're trying to close the round out for free. He just stood out in the open with three of the VPM members just adrift, and he's picked off on the corner for nothing.
Good flash. Yeah, I think you can kind of see VPM still kind of getting it funny. Nice pickup on Banshee. You know, if you compare the way that the teams are playing last game versus this one, you could see Team Ledex has a pretty methodical approach, and VPM is playing methodical as well. But VPM pretty much has been in the same position every round, picking up Cash, trading Tokyo, another nade kill. Danny picking up Fuhrer, 11-0, unkillable. VIP, Ledex getting swung at VIP. Willie picking up Ledex. Nice jump back onto site from Tokyo. Tokyo taking the aggressive trade. Nice kill. If Tokyo can get off site.
And poor Willie falling prey to the
big kill.
VIP curse. Wow, great shots from Core.
Nice! Tokyo with the aggressive swing in the 1v1 situation. Tokyo boy looking to show he can do more than just nade. He's also a fragger. If he wins this, I think he might become Tokyo man. And he's playing the ring around the roses. Look at the brain. Tokyo boy.
Oh,
Really
he doesn't have
establishing
the chance. And then he
himself as one of the
swings him and
best
just
players.
puts him down. Oh no.
10-3. The way that Tokyo just won that round was unbelievable, Craig, because his timing of aggressive peaks were fantastic. Ledex gets killed on VIP. And the VIP guy peeks onto site. Tokyo jumps onto site and then swings the right hand. Then waits about 10 seconds, swings around off site past or towards headshot and Filbo, swings around right, picks up that frag, and then plays ring around the Rosie to secure the round. I mean, flawless play from Tokyo. And he killed someone with a nade earlier in the round, cracked. Because guys, where's the boss files?
And there's another one. It's just too far this time, actually. Danny Loyal being quicker than the pace, actually. Great avoiding of one of those spawn grenades. Sick Individual gets an cash taker, actually. Plus VPM for a little bit of a lead.
Nice.
Banshee, Core. Wow, you are so right. What a disgusting little pixel to pick his head out from. High Fuhrer. A little bit of a slow pace from this time around. Tokyo boy gets Sick Individual. Yes, sir. Bad Ox. Once, twice. VIP is cursed, bro. I'm telling you.
It is. But you know what? What Ledex could do here, so the way that Maddox has been holding that position from Filbo looking towards VIP, he pretty much has played it the same way every round, where he's holding on, if you're in VIP looking towards him, he's on the right side of the box. So what Ledex could actually do is pre-fire that shot, and there's a very, very high likelihood that he would kill him, because his head's literally been in the same spot every time.
Is
and
there
this is
an
kind
angle?
of these adaptations, Crack, that you can, you know, the more experienced players will start to do things like that.
That's it. Is there an angle from Filbo through to VIP?
Yes. So where you see the gentleman standing right now, you can see him in VIP. So
That's the play
right now.
then. That's
Tokyo
what we're looking
really
for.
angry at that dead body, making sure it's dead. Getting onto site.
I mean, Aim Trainer is free, but you can't get anything better than free Aim Trainer in the middle of a competitive tournament whilst you're in the middle of the round. So we give Tokyo boy his choice of using resources. It's a great plan, like you say. The tempo is so good. The tempo is ridiculous, and Tokyo boy now just has to box in the ring for his life. He can choose which side he wants to swing, as he does here. Goes left. Never mind. Danny Loyal opens the door for him.
And Danny getting that kill. Oh my god.
And Tokyo boy closes it on the other side. And then Danny says, well, friendship frag time it is. Pats Tokyo boy on the back and says, what a great round, 6-1.
13-1 and 13-3 from the two current carries of Team Ledex. They are popping off. Unfortunately, Cash and Mr. Ledex having a little bit of a difficult time, but you know, Danny and Tokyo are playing so insanely well that it doesn't even matter.
I mean, let's be real. You go for a day at work in your 9-to-5 office job, all right? Every once in a while, you just don't turn up to the office, okay? Every once in a while, you gotta be the backpack, all right? And I think it looks like today, Tokyo boy and Danny Lowe are being concurrent carries at the same time, sharing the backpack between the two of them. Absolutely. As we see Tokyo boy flying his Concorde over the top of the camaraderie to try and drop off those mortar strikes. No grenades this time around, as we see a very tight pickup from VPM. Really close around the box. High Fuhrer actually gets Ledex early. This is good. Sick Individual makes play VIP and then decides against it. Danny Loyal's getting pickled by Maddox.
Nice kills from High Fuhrer. Very, very good hip fire.
Oh my, and now we're in an interesting position because we have 5 VPM members pushed strong, 4 down. Tokyo boy!
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
like,
I'm
it
gonna
had to happen.
I'm literally going to put, and Tokyo Boy gets a grenade kill on a hotkey at this point.
Willie looking like Whiffy, not killing a free kill. Tokyo running on top of the train, not getting taken out, playing by Xbox. Banshee pushing up into U-turn. The two guys on A seem like they're rotating towards connector. They should have sight for free. Highfear going the long way towards tunnel. Sick individual might be able to. Ooh, he whiffed. A little bit too much panic. I think that was a lack of confidence that we saw right there. Maybe the pressure from being down 6-1.
Banshee's going to swing in too.
Nice
Banshee's
kill
tucked in.
from
He doesn't see him
Banshee.
coming. Yeah, that's great placement. Banshee tempts through, forces as if he's just going to hard swing him, then stops dead center right in that negative peak. Forces him to challenge Rat and then just gets destroyed.
And you know, correct, what I see here is you really see the experience of Team Ledex versus, you know, the newer guys on the block, because VPM's got their default, but, you know, they're a few seconds behind, man. They're a few seconds behind Team Ledex. Team Ledex was down 4-2, and they managed to... They're going to take this round.
Nice try. He has to choose. He
7-1.
100% has to try at that point in time, and absolutely, just in between those rounds, Blue. Ladies and gentlemen, well done. GG's. You have managed to win yourself a full Tarkov Arena code. If you want to get in touch in the chat, let us know who you are, where you are, so we can send that code on to you, so you can get involved with some arena gaming. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen that did not win. Congratulations, commiserations, and we hope better luck next time. Stay tuned, more goodies coming your way on the hot prize line as we watch Highfear trying his very best to take that round back from Vaptim, but just like he said, Blue, Ledex, composed, experienced, calm in the clutch.
And in control, man. They just seem like they're totally in control. VPM is in like first or second gear, and you know, Team Ledex is they're in sixth. They're in red right now. They're revving that engine. I mean, they're cooking.
We've swapped sides. Vaptim are now on the attack. Can they pull this 7-1 disadvantage back and make this a more hotly contested game? And it's all going to come down to who is Grenade God when it comes to Vaptim.
So it should be really interesting to see Vaptim's default play. They pretty much have mirrored the positioning of Team Ledex. I don't even have to look at the top right to know who threw that nade. Tokyo with another nade. Pain.
I take back what I said yesterday. Tokyo's grenades are going to have kids for him. Tokyo's going to have a cereal box named after him, and it's just going to be called Grenades.
He's going to open a training camp called Grenades.
Yep. It's going to open an oil rig plantation and it's going to be called Mortar.
Let's see, will we see the player in VIP get a kill, or will they die like literally every other player that goes? You know what? I'm going to say it, Crack. After watching this, and from my own experience, VIP sucks on attack. Don't go there, bro. It's so bad. It sucks.
You're not very important
so
person
bad,
when you're
bro.
attacking. Yeah.
Wait, Banshee getting picked? We're getting a free plan here. That's very weird.
I think it's because we've misunderstood the VIP acronym. It's very individually picked. That's what it is. It's very easily isolated in there. You are a very individual pick. As Cash Chaser picks
Danny and
Maddox,
Cash,
that's
great
it.
beginning to the retake. Sick individual picking up one at ramp, but getting traded out by Ledex right away. 3v1 for Highfear.
Wait, Colin's on ramp, but we've got 3 here by the bomb. There's literally just Highfear left alive to get a hold of this. As Tokyo Boy's going to get over on the deactivation. He gets one. Tokyo Boy gets off. Oh, and it's Tokyo Boy to close the door. Ledex 8 rounds to 1. 1 game away from taking the first map on Skybridge. Blue, it might have been a quick one if they take the next round, but it's been a very, very good, entertaining game. It's been a very confident game from Ledex, which we expected to see, right, Blue? Up in the top 12 of this table, in the top 4 teams so far, we do expect Ledex to be putting away some of these less familiar teams with the league in quite confident fashion. And we have already said that how confidently they managed to put away these less seasoned teams is going to show us how well they should match up against each other in the top of the table.
Agreed. And they're putting on quite the show, and it's really gonna very quickly we're gonna see which teams, you know, really have the preparation and the responsiveness to handle the other titles. XPA versus Sicario, I mean, it was a bloodbath. This is a bloodbath, but
Tokyo Boy
in a
changes
different
from
kind of
grenades
way.
to guns and gets a two. Oh my! High Fury gets one, Cash Taker gets one, High Fury gets another. High Fury also on the twofers. Tokyo Boy now down. Sick Individual and High Fury versus Banshee and Cash Taker. As I'm sorry to cut you off, Blue, but that round just went off right now. Like literally in seconds. Suddenly a 2v2, and it's left down to Sick Individual and High Fury with the bomb to get this plan. Make things dicey for the game. One, that's High Fury for two. Is he going to take it? He's out of bullets, but Sick Individual is there, and that's it. What a round
That
from
was such
Baptist.
that was such a weird round though, Crack. They killed them, they stood on site, and then they just didn't plant. Like I really don't. I'm not a fan
understand.
of these teams that just are on the bomb site not planning. Like if you're putting the pressure and going on, you know, force them to rotate into you. Because if by pushing the plant, you're forcing them to peak. You know,
You
you're
don't want to be
forcing the
disabled
defensive side
whilst
to
you're
move.
planting if somebody challenges you, and that's where I think we're stuck as VPM as a team when we get on that point. Is we've got bomb on back, so we're like, I want to get down to plant, but I know if we win this 2v2, and this is it though, Blue, is, you know, having confidence in winning those twos. Cash Taker in a very, very dangerous place from a grenade if he gets picked, but in a great position to hold the angle. There is a long grenade broken over the top here that I'm quite fond of myself that I'm not seeing being used.
Uh-oh.
Where's Tokyo Boy's grenade? Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Artillery out. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on board. Watching from a different angle, but we're going to see this one go out.
You can see the cyborgs programming kicking in. Blah, 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 blah. Do it.
Don't make me hold this too long, Tokyo Boy, because I've not got the air for going on like this. We're holding.
His hands are magical, bro. Look, his hands have a glow
He's-
to them. They have
Brother,
this,
you
like,
can
white,
hear-
ethereal glow.
The Pythagoras' theorem just clicking away in the head as the angles are being calculated. The Weetabix is being eaten in the breakfast, and there he goes. Oh, you're kidding! It's gonna be great. It's gonna be gorgeous. And Sick Individual is now absolutely disgusted with his
Did
choice
plant
of
down,
positioning.
Maddox taking out Lennox. Banshee trading him right back. 3v2. Match point. Willie taking out one. Cash taking him out. They know he's in VIP.
Willie in VIP. Willie be the first person to be able to make VIP work. He gets two.
Ooh.
One left. This is all
Willie
on
playing
Willie.
this right. Willie, run! Don't peek him, Willie! Willie, peek him!
Is it going to be like one of the most classic movies of all time? Is it Free Willy?
Oh,
No, it's Cash Taker,
baby.
and he steals the bank right to the clutch. Lennox. He's there
Cash
just in
taking
time.
home the cash, baby.
What a match. What a match. What a map for game one. Vaptin with signs of life. Not looking like the resuscitation case that we might have been thinking after a couple of rollovers. This is good. I'm seeing some expertise. Let's go to map two
GGs.
after the break.
Max power, I'm about to go bigger and better. If I ever lose, I don't know, I'm faster than ever. If I ever lose, I don't know, I'm bigger and better. Hitting roller coaster can bigger, bolder, faster. Ooh, I'm going to the maximum. I'm going to the maximum. I'm going to the maximum. I'm bigger, bolder, faster. Going to the maximum. I'm bigger, bolder, faster.
Yeah, bigger, bolder, faster. Boom. That boom was, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Tokyo Boy pulled his shirt up at the team gathering and he had a birthmark in the shape of a grenade on his chest. It's getting to this point in time now where I'm actually concerned that he's not made up of particles. He's made up of C4. It's
The man's a shrapnel master.
it's unbelievable to see, like, in a past life in the circus as a juggler. I don't know what it is. There's just it's all in the arm, my friend. I mean, maybe he's a professional cricket player in another life. Maybe we've seen baseball extraordinaire 9000 in the future. We don't know. Tokyo Boy just hands laden with gold. In, you know, we made the joke back in the Arena Cup series, shades of Yash Verica, who seemed to do no wrong with a grenade in his hand. But I think Tokyo Boy's definitely taking the ticket on the top ticker when it comes to the top nade players in the game right now. Just phenomenal work, and the patience. These guys are not just chefs but doctors, Blue. It's so much temperance to the anger and the fury that's being brought to these rounds.
And they're just charged. LEDX seems charged up. They seem ready. They don't care how bad the situation is. They played confidently. And I think that might have been one of the big deciding factors, Cracked, is Vaptum had basic strategies. They had ideas. They knew what they were doing. But I did see a big gap in the confidence between the two teams. You saw a lot of hesitancy in the plays of Vaptum where they would get opening picks and then not take space. Or one of the last rounds where they had the bomb, it was in a 2v1 situation, and they didn't try to plant the bomb. They could force that player out into them, but that lack of confidence, like you were saying, there's probably a lot of pressure. It was match point. When you're in a tournament setting, it's much different than being in a normal game or a ranked game. Like there's a lot of pressure. And so, and I really see the confidence, Vaptum I think that's really what they need to work on more than anything is just feeling their oats, pushing their strategies, doubling down on what they're trying to commit to, but commit to it. Don't dilly-dally.
Don't waffle.
No waffling.
No waffling.
We're the wafflers.
That's it. That's what we get paid for. We get paid to waffle in smiles for miles. Like, let the waffle makers make the waffles and pancakes. We'll do the breakfast. You guys provide the burritos for the main course of the day. All right. It's a give and take agreement. We signed this on a piece of paper at some point. I think. I don't know.
Correct. What do you think of the game? What's your impressions of how LEDX played versus Vaptum played? You could take a second to think. It's a loaded question.
The second's not necessarily loaded. What's loaded is the answer, and I think a few people at home might be a little bit shocked at the salt I'm about to throw a bit away. But anyway, I think LEDX let themselves get a little cocky with a couple of those rounds there, and got caught off guard by a Vaptum side that has definitely not given up by no shadow of a doubt. Like, this Vaptum lineup is showing us they are aware. This is 5 weeks and it's a learning curve. They are showing us they're very open and aware to the fact that they're not going to just steamroll or even, maybe even challenge properly against some of these teams for the first couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But they damn well mean to be here in week 3, week 4, week 5 and making a great name for themselves. And it's been looking really good. And I mean, sick individual, core,
popping off.
High Fury looking like a demon in his own right in a loss on Skybridge there, in a strong performance from LEDX. And I'm not trying to say I'm expecting Tokyo Boy to grenade 5 people around. That'd be nice. But I think I would like to see if we can see a LEDX lineup that really is trying to crush the message home, because they might not realize this yet, but Sicario and XPA traded matches tonight, which is really big for the long-term standings, okay? Because if anybody's going to set themselves apart in the table, it's going to be in those high-stakes matches where LEDX beats XPA 2-0 in 2 very close games, instead of sharing 1 apiece and having only 1 point apiece on the scoreboard, okay? You got to think about this now. XPA and Sicario, equivalently, have both lost a chance to get that advantage in the top of the table because they drew today. They've not lost, right? Neither team has taken a disadvantage from it. Okay, so they've both kept themselves in the running, but neither team has taken that first opportunity to start making some distance within the table, especially if you're looking to play for that first place spot. And that's, expectations are high for some of these teams here.
Right.
They're going to expect to be hitting that first, second, third place slot, and they're not going to be going home with 4th, 5th, happy team. They'll be very, very disappointed, and they're going to feel like they've let themselves down. So, like I say,
need to win.
You've got to have that killer mindset. You've got to have the dog in you. You've got to be ready to go at any point in time, even if it is against a lineup that you are expected to smash. Well, if you're expected to smash, then go like Marvel, Hulk smash. Yeah, let's go. We've got to bring it home, right?
And take control. I do agree that there were some rounds that Team LEDX was at an advantage and they played a little cocky. And against someone like Sicario or XBA, it's not going to work. We saw Codex against Sicario dropped almost 30 kills. This wasn't an advantage match. This was a very even match. And to have one player dropping almost 30 kills against some of the best players in the world, it's, this is the level of competition you have to respect. And these easier, we shouldn't even say easier, these, I guess these more test runs and less like super challenging games, this is where you need to perfect your craft. This is the opportunity to run your strategy in a competitive tournament environment and master it before you fight the final boss. You know, you practice on the guards before you get to the boss. And that's why I think the execution and focus on properly playing every round is so important, because what doesn't affect you against one team is going to really affect you against another team that's going to punish any minor mistakes.
Let me make one thing very clear. I am not in any way, shape, or form knocking the entertainment. The games have been phenomenal.
Fire.
From a viewpoint, it's been exceptional. I just think that LEDX, maybe this is a smart play. All right, maybe the salt is intentionally fair. Maybe LEDX is nodding in the background, but they're saying, you don't realize we're saving an extra gear in the background for when we might need it, so we don't give away any strategies ahead of time. Maybe they're that confident that they've got stuff packed up for XPA match coming up soon, Sicario match coming up soon, ITB Shuffle match coming up soon, that they don't want to let go and give any more extra preparation than maybe given in scrims and stuff like this in the background. So there could be the confidence stroke, and if that's the case, then, you know, more power to LEDX, and I love the confidence from that if that's how we're going at it. But you don't want to slouch to a team like Baptiste. That's all I'm saying, because they will 100% capitalize.
I think you're 100% right, Cracked. There's a lot more that LEDX hasn't shown, and the reason I say that is because if we think about what they did on attack, they did the same strategy, I think, every round except for once. They had Banshee pushing on a flank, 2 members going the left side towards long, 2 members going towards short, with LEDX always playing in VIP and the other one playing towards either short or sandwich or elevator. And they did the same thing every time. So that's why I would love to see them really perfect their craft. And I think that's what they're trying to do. But there's way more that this team has in store, because you could see that the way that they're controlling without doing too much. You know, that makes me think, if they're using basic strategies and just running it over and over and it's working, what's going to happen when they start really showing us what's hidden? I think there's a lot more to show, Cracked. I think you're reading the room perfectly.
They don't call us Cracked Wisdom for nothing. That's all I'm going to say, and I'll back that one to the hills and back for days on end. But you're absolutely right. It's not necessarily a difficult book to read when it's being played out in front of us. You know, we get hints and tips from the background. We get to speak to some of these players in between the games. We get to go and, you know, I don't know if you do like yourself, but I quite enjoy involving myself in the individual players' streams in and now and again, getting to watch them all play Arena in the pub games, because that's when you hear the real players talking. You know, you don't hear the sweats, you don't hear the anger, you don't hear them getting like feisty in the chat about, oh, I missed this, or you gave this for free, or your team killed me. It's all down to basic feel. These players, you get to know what guns they like to use, you get to know what grenade lineups they're favored for, you get to understand how they like to play their old game, and then you start to get a better understanding of what the team comes together as an overall strength. Like, the LEDX lineup is powerful within its actual team members. Each one of them has star potential. The XPA Academy has an exceptionally strong leader in Bakizi and some real clutch players that are good at fighting out of negative situations. We're going to see if Vaptim are able to take it back against LEDX here in our second match. And like we said, we are going to be going to Bay 5, I believe it was. Yes, sir. Bay 5 with LEDX on the defending side. So,
all defense, Crack. Sorry to cut you off, but everybody has picked defense when they have the chance to pick. Sorry to cut you off. But...
No, you're spot on right, and that's. Do you know what? I was struggling to find the words to put it into you know, accuracy correctly, but you're dead on right. It's always defense, and here we are with LEDX on defense, meaning Tokyo Boy is back on his mortar strikes again.
There are some really, really powerful nades that we haven't really seen used yet. And I think the reason that nades on this map weren't used as much is because the teams we've watched have played at risk. I think when we see a violent push, nice, Willie picking up one just like this. When we see a more aggressive push, this is where this utility really could come into play. Bomb's still on alley though, looking a little lost. I'm not sure what the bomb player's doing. This is that cubby, Crack, we were talking about. On the left side, you force everybody into you. You can, and you're in this. They have to peek you in order to find you.
That's Castro demonstrating how that should be done then.
Yeah, he's taking on another. Ooh. Willie going for the flank though. Willie might be able to. Oh, Cash taking out. Cash taking out Willie. Damn. Cash did not get paid enough last game, and this game he's looking for his money. Here comes
Damn.
the money.
This man
Oh,
turned
man.
up to take names and chew bubble gum, and goddamn, as he finished with the gum, because Christ, that list is getting long. What is going on? Cash taker, taking about everything: the homes, the insurance, the mortgage, the structure it was built on, the land, even the next door neighbor's cat on the way out. It seems to be just a robbery. Cash taker's feeling like he's owning it all. This is round 1, and it's already popping off. There we go, nade out. That building is extremely dead. Good work, sir. Oh, the Banshee wails and 2 VPM members fall outside fuel core. Resets that whale to a 0. Puts the volume off. High Fury follows. Danny Loyal goes down. Actually, a little swing back to VPM now as there we go. This is the pace we're looking for, Blue. This is the confidence we wanted out of VPM, and the bomb is down in fuel. Big wide swing on the right.
I like
It's
this.
not
I
coming
like
from
this.
connector. No, I don't. We've not paid attention to the audio. They're all behind him. Tokyo Boy's in. Sick individual actually defends him off. Now that's better. Swings again.
Nice
A bit over aggressive on the re-swing. Fury gets one, and it should be all in the
Nice.
hands of VPM. Great round.
I love it. I love the confidence. This is, you know, this looks like a different team to me, genuinely. And I know it's
I
only
agree.
been 2 rounds, but they took over A last round. They took over B this round. This is the attack you were talking about, Crack. They're using the attacking side to put pressure on a site, overwhelm it, you know, and the blitzkrieg. They're just trying to blitzkrieg the sites, and it's
There's
working.
urgency, there's agency, there's efficiency, it's aesthetical. It just looks good, and it's swift and clean and executed. VPM clearly showing they've done their homework, at least on Bay 5, which says to me, if you give this team a lot more time, we might have another one classic contender that's really going to challenge some of these top teams. That was a great day. Cash Taker's going to find himself being robbed. Willie gets one. Ledex finds second individual. Ledex finds the second for Willie. Maddox.
Willie gonna have to check his headphones. His teammate got murdered, and he kept running and got shot in the back by the guy. You know, the first guy was one thing, but like, you're taking out Tokyo Boy. Bomb's getting planted. Banshee trading him out right away. Maddox in a good position, but Danny's already on the flank. Danny whiffing. Danny with a rare whiff.
Actual
Banshee
rare
able
win.
to trade out core though. 1v1 situation. 38 seconds left. Maddox gonna have time to play for the heal, playing around the sound.
And let's be real, this is 2 players here who've both been very prone to running too much before getting into an engagement and not having the gun up in time. So let's see which one of them falls straight to it the most here. Both aggressive, over. Oh my, cat and mouse. Maddox is dancing in like an angel. Banshee knows he has to fake and then go try and take the deactivation. Maddox now has to challenge. Ball's in court. Banshee's on point. Fakes deacto. He's listening. Comes up. Takes the challenge.
GG's.
Misses the
Good
shot. And he
round.
has nothing more to do. Great play from Maddox.
Flawless by Maddox. That, for our folks at home, that is exactly how you play the 1v1 situation when the bomb is planted.
And
You
Maddox
don't
even
fight,
manages to
you
get the
don't
pistol
ego,
pop.
You get info, and you wins the round. Now, the only mistake that Maddox, I would say, made there is when he initially jumped. He rotated out, he killed Danny, got onto Ali, and his position wasn't known. Then, for some reason, he decided to jump across.
Yup.
When he really should have been just baiting for the defuse sign, Cracked. And that way he could hear right away, okay, he's on the bomb, then I can reveal myself. And
You're
all he has to do
absolutely
is move, and that puts pressure. If someone hears you moving, they might get off bomb just from that.
Spot on. Absolutely nailed it on the head, Blue. Took the words right out of my mouth as Banshee took the will out of Willie's legs.
Banshee!
Banshee gets 2, 3. He's on a triple kill, ladies and gentlemen. Triple kill.
Banshee says Banshee turning on the hacks. Oh my goodness. Newest member of Team Ledex looking so damn strong, Cracked. This boy's cracked.
He is. I might have to send him an invitation to the library without Cracky. We need to get this man some tape and fix him back up. Good lord, Danny Loyal still in the crowd. One knee down on the ground, proud of his position, and damn, the crowd is powerful as the power punches 3 of the members left alive, down to the knees. It's 2 for 2. Blue,
Wait, 2
we're
for
back
2.
to a Tegel pegging. We're going tit for tat in what I expected to be a stronger game than the one we saw before. VPM Let's go.
VPN. This
This
is,
is-
I mean, look, this is all we could ask for, right, Trevor? You were talking about the newer teams. Yeah, they may not expect to win every game, but this is what you need to do. Put your foot on the gas, baby. Pedal to the metal, and this is what we're seeing. Even if they lose this game, this is so much better.
What a grenade from Corin. He's a god. He's a genius, my friend. What was that?
That
Oh,
was a crazy nade. And
skylight,
great job from our
sunshine.
cameramen and ladies and people picking up that scene. Oh my god.
Banshee busy defending his territory inside the fuel here after he just watched an absolute war crime take place in front of his eyes as High Fury robs Cash Taker and Ledex of the lives. High Fury's popping off, my friend. You're not wrong. Talk about some substitutes coming in. I think this is probably one of the strongest sub performances we've seen from any of the new members so far. Tokyo!
He didn't wide swing. Whoever was in front should have jumped and wide swung so the other one would have the pressure of being able to shoot without the attacker aiming at them because he'd be looking at the first guy. Instead,
bit of
they
missed
line up for the
coordination.
double kill.
That's it, and that levels the playing field. A little bit of miscoordination leaves us a 2-for-1 now. Ledex with an actual member advantage in what looked like a
I love
Vaptin strong
this.
round.
I love this crouching past the window tech. I am so stealing that. Oh, sick with the big kill.
This is it.
Sick.
Sick Individual isolates the one, and this is Sick Individual in his home territory. Now, how far is he going to go? Is he big swinging like you know? This is a Sick Individual play on the tee. Is this right here?
Great
Bait
play
the
from
challenge.
Tokyo force. Oh,
Second bait on the
Come on,
challenge.
Tokyo.
Going to make a jump.
oh,
Sick Individual can get him.
baby! Clutch
And he does!
individual. That's the second round that they've picked up from Sick Individual clutching. My man,
is.
back-to-back successful clutches, and that was a 1v2, I think.
It was absolutely. He's been named this for a reason, and I'll tell you one thing, Blue. Sick Individual is one of the few members from this Vaptin lineup who's not shy of this environment. He was on board with a couple of the other teams that have taken part in some of the tournaments I have been able to cast on or been able to watch. So, Sick Individual here actually will feel a little bit at home, and like I say, when you come into clutch territory, that's actually where he's performed the best so far through my experience and knowledge.
He's got 3 kills cracked, and those 3 kills won 2 rounds.
Exactly,
I mean,
some of the most important kills you'll see on a team member with
Nice
the least
kill.
kills. Wow, Willie! Again, somebody who's also shown up. He's been very, very good at taking that first blood pick. Tokyo trades Willie. Maddox gets Cash Taker in return. Maddox nearly taps his friend on the head with the barrel for his
Nice
gun
kill
as
from
everything
Maddox.
goes down. Ooh.
VPM looking really, really way more comfortable on this map than Skybridge.
An
Wait,
aggressive
this is a
plan
different team.
again. Aggressive plan again. Oh, that's a good bomber. They're nowhere near it. They're already on tempo, and there you go, Blue. It's official. VPM have learned how to blast, gang. We're officially in with competitive, objective-focused gameplay, and all of their team members are playing it to the T. Sick Individuals left in a positive 2v2. Gets the great shots on one. What a snap. It's all on Maddox to be able to close this out with Sick Individual on the flank. He's got to win this one first. And
man.
Banshee wins the one. It's on Banshee, the new member from Ledex, seems to be able to pull this back. It's got a 3-3. Tip for tap. Back in this back corner again. Yo, what a
Banshee!
snap. Woohoo!
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Banshee clutch a round earlier?
Yep. It's all battle of the
so that's
newbies,
2
Blue.
players, but look at the difference.
11
Sick
and 3.
Individual with 4 kills, Banshee with 11 kills and 2 clutches. Not only is he having such impact frags to win the rounds, but just those collateral kills he's getting as he's going along. I mean, he's just beating up everybody.
And people weren't
Fantastic,
playing too much
fantastic
Bay
play.
5 before this, Blue. And I think what's happening is teams are now starting to realize that they need to have a very widespread ability to play all of the maps. So they're bringing in these players that, I mean, look, Banshee definitely at home here on this Bay 5. You definitely not say he's a fish out of water in this territory, being so close to the water next to us there. I'm going to say, I reckon we might see this go the whole way, you know.
You know, for VPM's sake, I hope so. Because they're playing confidently.
I mean, if
which
they
is
take
great,
this
but I
home,
want to
that's,
see the defense. I
Yeah.
want to see how they play the defense.
if they get this map off of Ledex, that's one of the biggest
Nice
upsets
pick.
of the league so
Banshee.
far. Wow.
Banshee banned me, just going absolutely crazy.
But I mean, did you see how many members swung then? I know it's come down, but there's still 3 more. It's only from Daniel who's going to get found out.
Danny!
Oh, Maddox makes a big mistake.
Danny!
Core's left in a terrible situation as Danny Loyal just rinses the doorway. Blue's absolutely right. I mean, you could have said Danny for each of the members that fell over there. I'm going to throw it out there. If we're going to talk about criticism, Maddox saw a teammate run past him and start getting slaughtered from the corner, and instead of just straight challenging the swing, jumps into the fire as well, aggressively trying to find the cover too, when, I mean, realistically, priority would have been dealt with first problem, which all you do is swing left. I'm sorry, but Maddox making a crucial mistake there on the entry. Not only does the first teammate die to the initial, but then Core is left in no man's land with an inverse 3v1, which they had tempo in to begin with. So, yeah, just a little bit of a mistake there from that team. They're the inexperience showing the first time. Danny Loyal gets one. Tokyo Boy drops a bomb on top of this individual's head. Danny Loyal's on 2. Yes, that's it. Danny Loyal's woken up, brother. Banshee's put 12 on the board, and Danny Loyal says, nope. No, this was my podium today. I had the kills in the first game. I won't be afraid to make them up in the second. And that's scary for Baptin because, I mean, they were dealing with the newbie, but if Danny Loyal's woken up, never mind. Maddox puts him to sleep for a round. Oh, Willie gets caught returning away. Tokyo Boy catches him on the return. Banshee now backing off from Maddox, who's on a bit of a mad one, looking to try and pick up the bomb and pressure at the same time, with 4 members of the LEDX side left to fend off this Maddox attack. I mean, you would have to be a Mad Ox to be able to run through 4 members of LEDX, let's be real. You need that and maybe a couple of tankers and a truck.
They managed to take out Danny, but you still have 4 members. Yes, Maddox has the bomb, but he's got 50 seconds. You have 2 players on A, 1 in mid, 1 on B. There's no way he gets on the site for free. And if LEDX's communication is on point, they're going to call him any second now. I believe the player on A can hear him right now. See they're rotating? So you can see that they're already calling that he's going B. He thinks he's boosted on the box, but he's actually in spawn, just spraying through the box. Maddox with a great read. If he can go up mid and kill Banshee, he might actually be able to play. Banshee playing it so smart, though. Rather than take the fight, oh my God, Banshee. Banshee's a demon, bro. What a fucking, what a great play.
Wow! Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on Channel 5, and Blue just bloopered for you there. All right, that one home. Good Lord. He's banished she, banned me, and banned Blue as well, it seems too, because we can't keep our language to ourselves. I don't blame you, my friend. I had to stop talking altogether because we're getting to the point where Banshee is getting bannable. It's just unreal. There's some of these hot scenes. We've got a newcomer that's about to blaze a tail on his own name.
I mean, I think Banshee's already established himself as a force to be reckoned with, because he's clutched. He's got opening picks. He's gotten rotating picks. Right there, he read the play, and rather than do what most players would have done, push down middle and try and flank Maddox, he hears Maddox rotating under Tetris, or past Tetris, and then under slanted towards mid. So what he did was he rotated into green rather than peek and force the enemy into him. I mean, and he had the right hand. I mean, flawless. Just absolutely amazing play.
That's it, absolutely. And as it goes from language, Timothy, we're now going to go to anger management magic as we see LEDX shoving a quick push in towards this B side. I'm a little bit keen for this. I like the aggression, but
Danny
this is where we see Baptim. Are they going to fold under the pressure? Because this is rapid.
Buddy system working out. Maddox going to sleep. They're shooting each other. They have such control. They're shooting each other. Oh my goodness. Black taking out Core.
If you're a picks one on the side. Gosh, they're on the plan. It's going down, Blue. It's down. Tokyo Boy gets sick. But it's all on the newbie.
Ooh, Hypher says bye, Cash. Taking some cash.
That's
38 seconds.
He's on a student budget. Earns the super noodles. Can he upgrade to full-on businessman? Are we getting to the 9-to-5 day job?
And this is a mistake you see a lot of players make in this mode. Hypher does not have the time to be playing like he's playing. He's got to be pushing these angles and clearing. He wasted about 15 to 18
There we go.
seconds there.
Business strategy achieved. He's achieved some education. We've matured into an adult. Now we're going to go the whole way and get to Gramps. So we go in God tier. High Furo's got to make the play. He's got Tokyo Boy, the big cash out.
Tokyo's faking running, and High Furo's eating it up. Oh my God, Tokyo.
How long does it work for? He hasn't got enough time. It's already been burned, and Tokyo Boy just out big brains him. No! We're back to Sesame Street as Big Bird gets baited all the way off of the bomb. Tokyo Boy with the brains.
We just saw High Fury's first factory match. Oh my God, the fake running into the wall, bro. Oh no, dude.
Oh.
So good.
VPM changing their 3 letters to FBM for feels bad, man, after that one. Oh, dearie me.
Oh, no.
Oh, High
Oh,
Fury doesn't know
man.
where to throw the grenade. He's as lost as we are at this point, and I'm not sure that the Lennox team are any better off. It's been a grenade. It's been a grenade game. It's been a great game. It's been a grenade that's been thrown in the middle of nowhere. Fortunately, not finding any targets for the VPM lineup, but looking great in the air at the same time. Stylish, but not effective this time around.
You know, Tokyo's nades not nearly as effective on this map, but he's still popping off. 9 kills still. As I say that. Oh my god, as I say that! He said, screw you, Blue! What the heck?
Does Tokyo Boy have a hotline into our comms? Is that what's going on? Are we legitimately
Bro.
getting leaked? Is he live leaking as we play the
He's
game?
leaking. No, I told you, he's AI. Part of his programming is he's listening to the cast, downloading the info, and reacting. He heard me say something, and bam, was like, 9. No, don't do it.
It's gone long. It's not long enough though.
Really good play right there. Couldn't see Cash during that fight, but they had a crossfire, and he was about to trade him out.
Yeah, I'm
Banshee
loving
getting
these little
taken out,
test
though.
angles. I like the way that they're pushing in and pulling players into these challenges, but they're not actually trying to challenge themselves. But what they're doing is they're baiting them in for somebody else holding an aggressive angle so that the challenge never happens and they get picked for free. Really smart play from
Bisec.
Ledex. Oh no.
Danny.
Oh.
So big brain, taking over B site for 3, calling his teammates in for the flank. Tokyo taking out the flankers, or taking out the rotators. My goodness. Really excellent play from Ledex. To have the flanker push onto the site, realize it's empty, take a forward position, and then call your team to rotate from mid. Fantastic job.
Oh, and then Tokyo Boy takes out the last one, types XD into the all chat and says we'll have that one too.
Dude, Tokyo's out here like Ash Ketchum with them Pokeballs.
Oh my god.
Dude, you're cooking. Oh my.
Oh, here we go. Ashtray Pot's come here to watch the king of grenades at his best. Here we
Oh,
have
shit.
it. The real grenade god himself. Ashtray
no.
Pot gracing the chat with his presence. It's not good. It's great, but it's not advantageous in the form of taking somebody's head off. It looked good, but it didn't reap any rewards. We've got sick individual pushing loading bay. We've got 2 strong in loading bay from Baptim. High Fury gets Danny Loyal, which is a big pick actually for Sledek's lineup with how well he's been playing. Banshee.
You know, this is what I was concerned about, Cracked. The offensive side for VPM looked really strong. But now that they have to play more methodically, controlled, and respond way more, they're not really in the driver's seat. We can see where Team Ledex is just, running away with the game. I think that's what, 3 rounds in a row, or 4 rounds in a row now for Team Ledex. Really picking up cash.
That's a good kill, is that from Willie? That nade's too good.
nade?
It's inside and it's going to take it.
Oh, he didn't even
Tanks the grenade! Willie's got grenades on the Diner breakfast menu and says, I'll have some of them, and takes it. Maddox goes down Banshee. Wow. What is he doing?
I think it landed in, so that hallway, there's like the doorway frame on the right side. I think it tucked right in the corner.
That's the
'Cause it
closest
looked like
I've
it blew up in
seen
his
a
under his-
single model ever take 1 shrapnel piece in my life, because he flinched from the grenade. There was a tiny speck of damage to hit him, so he definitely got tagged, but just super fortunate as High Fury puts Ledex back into the ground. Tokyo
super
Boy.
difficult position to close
Wait.
this out.
Hold up a minute. You smell
Willie's
that,
gonna hear
Willie?
him now. Nice job, Willie.
Okay. I was like, there could be a comeback on here. We might be about to see Tokyo Boy rob the bank, but the one thing that I will say, VPM have played really well on this bomb location, especially when they get inside of that little, as we're going to call it, the crawl cabinet, I guess, for now, the crouch under the window trick. That position so far over the point has been exceptionally pivotal when it comes to how well Bapton have been able to hold off the aggression. Nade toward middle, falls short, it's just on where ramp would be. The second one going out shortly again, covers off just in front of connector, no results from either. Big noise in fuel was pretty strong for VPN, sick individual gets 1, but Ledex and Tokyo Boy respond with 2 of their own. Bomb goes down, bomb picked back up.
Oh,
Sick, oh
taken
man.
out. Tokyo taken out.
This
I
is
think
going to
this
be a
push us
plan.
to match point. I don't see how Maddox wins this. This B site, this fuel site, is one of those that when you take control from an offensive position and you plant the bomb. I mean, look at this. Look at how many angles. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
to
yeah.
just try and push into there is like a death trap.
And you know how Maddox is aiming way higher than where we saw the kill come from there. There is that peak, we saw it before, where the elevated peak position stood just above that canister, looking out the door of fuel, is the first place you've got to want to check because it's the off angle, and then you would snap to the most likely common angle. But you know, these gamers are not going to give you that reaction time. You don't get a chance to snap if you've not got your crosshair on the point as you see them. It's GG. You're going to get your head taken off instead. That's a good long nade.
Willie gonna need to summon his big D, my friend, if he's gonna win this game. They're gonna need a miracle, I think. I don't.
Yeah, I'm not sure how we
Tokyo
feel
with
about
a
players
nade,
on
of
loan.
course.
Oh wow.
Maddox, big kill on Cash.
This is where
Billy
Maddox
with
will
another
pop off.
big kill.
Yep. Now they've got wit.
Danny
Bomb's a little
playing
bit
from Rat, holding
suffocated.
that hallway.
If they can get Danny out of Rat, then we're in a great position here. That's the last problem. They're trying to find it out from where Willie's at the moment.
I like
See the
this
bomb
flank.
rotating away.
They-
Tokyo Boy
Oh,
gets
what a
picked.
good
Great
peek.
rotation from Maddox. Wow, good read.
Yeah, that.
Now Danny Loyal's in trouble. Oh, and he swings him at the right time. Ledex is
with a
picking up
big
High
kill.
Fury. Oh, this is a problem now. Maddox has got to find Danny before this gets messy. Sick individual is going to be left in the problem in a moment. It's all on Maddox to swing
The
in
bomb
time.
is in
Danny's
such a bad spot, though.
Oh,
We can't let
is.
them get away with the robbery.
no more robberies this week, please, chat.
my!
Oh, Ledex doesn't say he does the robbery. He just denies the control.
From a 2v4 to a 2v1.
Sick.
Oh!
Yep, he's good for one, and is he
Sick.
going to be good for the second? This is the
I-
one
I
now,
like
right?
this.
And I believe I fancy 6 chances in this. He's 6 and 10 versus the 15 and 7 Danny Loyal. If we're going to see Vapton turn this match around, this is the deciding point. We need to see Sick convert on here. Oh, M80, 762, MDR into Danny Loyal on the 5.56.
That Punisher kit has such a nice M4 platform. Shoots super straight, high
Goes to the
ergo,
plan.
very low recoil.
He's going to get the plan down. 49 seconds.
Very
Resets
big
the
that Danny
timer.
got the plan. Oh, that's a big mistake. Sick let him get off site. Now Danny has way more playmaking opportunities. What Danny could do is just like he did right here.
Oh, well played to Danny. And you're absolutely right. Blue outplayed. Better composure. Gets the bomb down and gets off of that site ASAP. Rocky to some place of comfort. And just...
GG's.
Yeah, GG's.
Max power, I'm about to go bigger and better. If I ever lose, set it on faster than ever. If I ever lose, set it on bigger and better. Hitting all the goals I can. Bigger, bolder, faster. Ooh, I'm going to the maximum. I'm going to the maximum. I'm going to the maximum. I'm bigger, bolder, faster. I'm going to the maximum. I'm bigger, bolder, faster.
What a game. What
Bigger, faster,
a
harder.
great game. And more booms.
Dude,
Some-
I can't believe Tokyo, he heard me. He heard me, Cracked. I talked about his nades. No.
No. Nothing wrong, you sir. I love it. And every time Ledex graces us with their presence on screen, it's entertainment.
Banger
Win,
game.
loss, or draw, it's always a bang. Always a banger. Now,
You know,
go. No, do you know what? Go first. Actually, go for it. 'Cause I want to
I-
hear it. 'Cause it was all hype.
listen, I first of all, congratulations to Ledex for the win, but Vaptum should be very, very proud. This was the beginning of seeing the real team coming through. Now, their defense didn't look as tight, but they did have some good retakes. But their attacking side was so strong relative to how they played Skybridge. I mean, there was confidence, there was keenness, there was prowess, there were grenades going through a roof into fuel. I mean, just fantastic job from Vaptim. Really, really from yesterday to today, such an improvement. They should really be proud of the progression.
Thank you. And that was exactly what I was going to hit on. And this is why I wanted to just let you have the free form field on that one, because you're absolutely right. Take to the stage and say it how it should be said, Blue. I think all of us here, and those of you in the chat who agree with us, I think I'd all like to wish us all a welcoming round of applause and a welcome in to the first official HPL EuroLeague Vaptim. You 100% have stamped your presence on deserving to be here. We feel you make the cut. I've cracked seal approval. I definitely improved. I liked the improvement, like you say, from yesterday to today. There was a heavy bashing of a lot of teams in the first 2 days. All right, there's the weaker teams got some very strong, dominant performances shoved in the faces. That's just how those were going to be, and how you react to those performances and how you come back in day 2 and day 3 is going to really tell us whether you're going to make the cut or whether it's going to be a tough life and we need to reassess some of surroundings and go back to the training board, which is the thing.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, the reality of it is this: we are going to place teams from 1 through 8 because there is going to be a skill differential at the end of the day, whether it was performed on the day as to who turned up or whether somebody's just built different. And we've seen it. Tokyo Boy is just built out of grenades. It's simple. So,
Yeah.
you know, you can't deny the facts. And definitely one of those facts today is Vaptim have stepped up and we're very proud. So, yeah, big round of applause to Vaptim. Big GG's on the strength of performance today. But I tip my hat to the LEDX every time. And I know Blue is also a big fan of this lineup, but every time I watch you guys, it's more and more entertaining, and I absolutely thoroughly love the performance you put on. Danny Loyal is one of the underdogs, I'll be honest with you. When I started watching this team, that was not one of the players that I had my eye on as a star player, but the more I see this team perform, the more Danny Loyal steps up in performances and is crushing it. You know, Cash Taker, we know is nuts. You know, Tokyo Boy, a grenade boy at this point. I mean, he might as well be the seventh evolved form of One Piece's gear form after Joy Boy, which goes into Grenade Boy, where he just kind of, you know, and it's grenades everywhere, and unreal. Some phenomenal work, but a great amount of effort from both teams and a phenomenal performance. But ultimately, 2-0 LEDX.
And we're looking at our new first place team, I believe, correct?
That's exactly the point we're coming to. So I'm just going to check in with the magic man in my ear. I believe we're going to have a look at a scoreboard. Just going to have a nosy and see what the layout for that is. We'll find out in a second whether we are going to get to a nosy at the standings. And then I believe we're going to be having a quick peek at a trailer for the sponsor to wrap you out and send you on. But we'll find out more about that in a second.
So
favorite
when
play?
it comes to this team, LEDX, there we go. Here's the standings. 6 points. And just like you were talking about, correct, Sicario and XP's game was so close that each team didn't lose, but they're only picking up that 1 draw point. Now, against that, though, that's one of their harder matches. As Walker pointed out in chat, VPM had 2 of their toughest matches at the beginning. It's up from here. You know, some of these higher end teams have had hard matches, or like that match today, XP versus Sicario, that was a really difficult match for both teams. So, you know, every round against a team that one of these teams should beat, they really need to secure it. Like, it's awesome that LEDX secured this because they should be the more experienced team and stronger, and they need every point they can get. Because look, how they played today was great, but as you pointed out, a little bit too much cockiness is not going to work against Sicario. It's not going to work against ITB. It's not going to work against XPA. You know, you're going to get called out for your mistakes.
I did pitch back on my mental, though. I will say one thing that I hadn't considered that triggered whilst we were going through that second game, and that's this. If you're going to keep a good positive mental through any potential losses you might come up against in a 5-week long league, this is not just a 1 or 2 matches. This is not knockouts. You have to play the long game here too. And some of these teams that you might think would be less of a difficult matchup in is a great time to let off a little bit of steam and to maybe relax a little bit on the super sweaty hard edges that can rise tensions, get anger and frustration spread throughout a team, and that can really get into the mindset of what you need. And you're absolutely right to be entering into these matches with, which is a very positive outlook, a very aggressive, we are going to challenge this, we are going to confidently take this point, we are going to plant on this at this timing, we're throwing the grenades at this, you know, it's all got to be from desire and power. So, you know, I don't know where to play this place, because I'm having one of those things. All right.
One of those
And I had
things
one
with
of
the-
these
with the thing.
things when Paravision then went on to win the Arena Series Cup, which we didn't think after before the semi-finals, basically, it looked like XPA were going to burn the house down and nobody was going to be sat there for the party afterwards because everyone was going to be dead. They were just destroying people. And then I was like, oh, no, do you know what? I think I think Paravision takes this. And they didn't. They ended up winning the tournament. So I'm going to say this right now. If LEDX performs as well in composure as they did today, in an equivalent level of skill versus these other three top teams, LEDX takes the league. That hurts me to say
Really?
because I'm an ITB Shuffle fan, right? But I would not be surprised at the end of 5 weeks to crown this team LEDX our first ever official HP EuroLeague champions. And I'm going to say this right now, and you made a really good point in that last game. Banshee popping off.
He's our new dark horse. Fantastic player. I mean, popping off.
There's already a bajillion of potential and talent in that lineup, as well as the new substitute. And speaking of talent and potential, I think that's a good time to sort of caveat and move on over to our sponsor for the day. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the last time, for those of you that are interested in getting a hold of a brand new monitor to up your gaming experience, to bring your power to the next level, ! Gigabyte. Get yourselves onto this link in chat, and we're going to show you a little bit of a teaser as to what that magic could look like in your moments.
Gigabyte.
Amazing chat, and think just how amazing it would be to come home from work after a long day, or school, or chores, or hobbies, whatever it is you're doing in your real life outings, and to come home to one of those monitors, boxed up, just airdropped in, maybe by that Aorus mech. Hey, you never know. Maybe Gigabyte hand selected you to be the one wonderful person that had that guy drop that off in your back garden to upgrade your technology with. But that is probably about all that from us this evening. So, just to wrap up for the day, a phenomenal set of games again. We are back again tomorrow, but it's slightly different. I got it messed up yesterday, chat. It's actually tomorrow that we've got the earlier start time. So we are going to be back here tomorrow an hour earlier than today with 2 more matches. Same setup, same shenanigans, same about time in between, same 8 set of teams from the first official HPL EuroLeague. Same amazing content and gameplay. I will be here again tomorrow. I've not actually looked as to who I might be joined with tomorrow yet, actually. Not sure. So maybe a surprise guest for tomorrow. I'm not sure if it might be Blue back again. If it's Blue back again, awesome. I know you guys in chat have all loved having Blue here for the last 2 days as much as I have. That's for sure. But before we do wrap up and sort of round off for the day, just want to say a massive shout out and thank you again. 1 to Gigabyte. Thank you ever so much for partnering with us and helping to sponsor this. Battle State Games, again, same thing goes. Ourselves here at the Hunt Tournament Premier, more than grateful to be able to partner up with you guys to be able to bring this action to you. Myself, Cracked, Blue, as your casters from today. The guys in the background, thank you ever so much for your hard work. Again, 07 to you guys because you do not stop day in, day out with your hard graft. And finally, last but probably the most important, those of you in chat, every single time we put one of these on, it gets better and better and better for the atmosphere from you guys, the interaction between ourselves and you, and how that comes off involving yourselves within the community of the professional players jumping in chat and getting involved too, and the atmosphere overall. Congratulations and thank you all for being here. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've been cracked. Blue, anything to say on the way?
Just want to say thank you again for the opportunity to be here. It's been such a fun time casting these banger games, getting to watch incredible players, incredible teams. It's all been great. Thank you to everyone who was awesome in chat. Thank you to our sponsors. And most importantly, thank you, Mr. Cracked.
Anytime. Always happy. Always proud to serve. You know me. Hunt Premier Official Euro League Summer 2024 will always be stapled with a crack cemented here for as long as I live, for as long as they'll have me. Thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.
Работаем.